morning and welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso. Tell friends, tell family, put it in the WhatsApp group right now. We are live all the way through until 9 a.m. My name is Carl Wasty, and do join me, please, because it's going to be that type of show where you will be traversing many topics. We're going to be in the kitchen. We're going to be on the fitness floor. We're going to check out the Cape Epic, and also it's a day that we'll also be highlighting the plights of those who are homeless, but also a lot of the prosperity of some of the events around, including when it comes to homeless football, and of course some awareness that is definitely needed with regard to those individuals. We do that with dignity, as always, on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and it's that type of show. Also, Cash of Hearts are going to be performing a little bit later as well, and we're going to be going up to Joburg with Zanele. That'll be just a crossover with some incredible things that we have to offer for you right here on S3. I think the most important thing is what to wear today. So we got the weather update, but the very key thing is that with the weather being so beautiful, I believe that it's the time where we can actually start to reveal those beautiful toes. I'm serious. But the thing is, toes need a bit of a vessel. It's a sandal. And we get to choose which one Carissa gets to wear today. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Carl. I don't want to say it's the colored boy in you, but hey, man, why are you talking about my toes on national TV? No, I'm kidding. Let's get into addressing my feet. We all know that summer days are here, and you know what that means. The sun hats are coming out, the trendy glasses. We also have the sleek silhouettes, which is what you can see today. And then, of course, the iconic sandals are going to make an appearance. It's been a long winter, and now we get into two options that you can help me choose from. So we've got two mule options today. One with a gorgeous gold buckle. Now this one leaves the foot to be aired out and looking stunning. It's just got the strap over the foot in the front with the faux leather. We also have faux leather happening here with a double strap when it comes to our mules, and it also has a bit of gold detail with the woven faux leather. Absolutely stunning. I mean, I'm really loving the double buckle this season. I think it's super on trend, super modern. So that's where I'm headed, but it's really not about me. At the end of the day, you get to choose option one, the black mule, or option two, the double strap woven brown sandal. Which one is it going to be today to dress me all summery? I would love to find out from you. So head over to our socials and of course use that hashtag styled by Woolies. Are we going option one or are we going option two? And while you think about that, while you contemplate that, I'm going to bring in the lovely Carlito once again to find out what exactly we're talking about on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Surprise, it's me and not Carlito. My friend, I need to tell you, my beautiful Carissa, you've got to choose option one, okay? That's the one I'm...
I hear you. Option one is where you're at. You love it. Let's see what the people have to say. In the meantime, let's get into a bit of news this morning with just 3 minutes after 6. We head into your national news first, where Dr. John Hlophe, Umkhonto we Sizwe Party parliamentary leader, has resigned from the Judicial Service Commission following an interim interdict that barred him from participating in yesterday's proceedings in Johannesburg. Now, his resignation is effective immediately. Last month, the Western Cape High Court prohibited Hlophe from sitting on the commission after his impeachment for misconduct, making him the first judge impeached since 1994. Now, the charges originated from his attempt to influence two constitutional court judges in favor of former President Jacob Zuma during his arms deal corruption case. Now we stick with local news, where a drug mule arrested at OR Tambo International Airport on Sunday, shortly after arriving from Sao Paulo, was hospitalized yesterday due to health complications. Deputy National Police Commissioner Tabelo Mosikili said the 43-year-old suspect had reportedly expelled around 117 bullets suspected to contain cocaine. Now, the operation was halted after he began to bleed each time he passed a tablet. Mosikili stated that the arrest brings the total number of drug mules apprehended at the airport in the past few weeks to 14. Looking further afield at your international news, Ethiopia's parliament has appointed Tay Astike Salesi as the new president, replacing the country's first female head of state, Saleh Work Zewde. Selassie, previously the foreign minister, assumes this largely ceremonial role while political power remains with Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Sahle work reportedly fell out with Abai in recent years, despite his initial support for her appointment in 2018, which was celebrated as a breakthrough for gender equity. 68-year-old Selassie, an experienced diplomat with a history in the UN and in Egypt, was sworn in yesterday. Meanwhile, Hurricane Milton has rapidly intensified into a life-threatening Category 5 storm as it approaches the U.S. Gulf Coast. The U.S. National Hurricane Center says winds of up to 250 kilometers per hour have been recorded as Milton heads towards Florida, where it is expected to make landfall tomorrow night. Floridians have been urged to prepare for the largest evacuation efforts in years, with Governor Ron DeSantis warning that time is running out. This follows just 10 days after Hurricane Helene, the deadliest storm since Katrina in 2005, left at least 225 people dead and hundreds missing in the southeast. Now, for your first bit of news, we close off with this story where photographers are being invited to share their talent in the Citizen Science for Water photo story competition, launched by the Department of Water and Sanitation and South African National Committee for UNESCO. This exciting competition encourages participants to capture the emotional connection people have with water, aiming to inspire positive action. Open to anyone over 18, it offers an opportunity to highlight the importance of water through themes like citizen science, education, and culture. Entries will be showcased in a special exhibition in June 2025, with top submissions featured in a photo storybook. That's a beautiful way for photographers to raise awareness about the water's role in our lives and also inspire future generations to act. Beautiful way to get in touch with nature right there. And that's where we leave your 6 o'clock news. For now, though, let's delve into your world of sports with Carl.
Thanks a lot, Carissa. Let's take a look at your sporting action, starting with cricket. England's star batter Nat Sciver-Brunt led her team to a 7-wicket victory over the Proteas women in a crucial ICC Women's T20 World Cup clash in Sharjah. England chased down a total of 124 for the loss of 6 with 4 balls to spare, securing their second win in Group B and strengthening their chances of reaching the semi-finals. The Proteas women, with 1 win, still have work ahead to secure their spot in the knockout stage. Next for our ladies will be Scotland. All the best to them. Now let's stay with cricket. Ireland's captain Paul Stirling's brilliant 88 led his team to a total of 284, setting up a 69-run win over the Proteas in the final ODI. Despite Jason Smith's fighting 91, the Proteas crumbled to 215 all out after a poor start, losing 3 wickets in the first 5 overs. Despite the loss, the Proteas recorded a 2-1 win. That's a series win against the Irish. Now, let's go to football now. Manchester City won a key legal battle against the Premier League after an arbitration panel ruled that parts of the league's associated party transactions, or APT system, were unlawful. The panel found the Premier League's handling of the 2 City sponsorship deals in 2023 was procedurally unfair. City hailed the decision, while the Premier League maintained the APT system's overall integrity was upheld. And staying with football, title holders Al Ahly of Egypt will face Orlando Pirates in Group C of the CAF Champions League following the group stage draw. The group also includes Shabab Belouizdad of Algeria and Stade d'Abidjan, that is of Ivory Coast. Al Ahly, unbeaten in 24 Champions League matches, aim for a historic 3rd consecutive title. The last time Ahly and Pirates met in the competition, the Egyptians triumphed in the 2013 final. That's it for your sporting action for now. Another update in 1 hour. Let's take a look at your weather.
Oh, yes, let's do that so that you're 100% ready for what's to come, right? First and foremost, environmental news this morning is that with the planting season for maize and soybeans nearing in South Africa's eastern and western regions, experts are optimistic about weather outcomes than last season. And forgive me, better outcomes than last season. Agricultural economist Wandile Sihlobo credits this optimism to favorable weather forecasts, with global experts predicting a La Nina event that could bring above average rainfall. This raises hope for bumper crops, while welcome change from the drier 2023-2024 season, which saw reduced harvests. Sihlobo believes the upcoming harvest will meet local demand, allowing for export of surplus. Planting is set to begin soon in the eastern region and later this month in the western region, which is good news, which we absolutely love on our Feel Good Breakfast show, because it's all about feeling good, which we always do when you send through your sunrise view. Please, my love, snap away, take a young picture on your phone, send it through on 063-408-8863, and let's show the rest of the nation what you're waking up to on your side of life. Speaking of your side, what's going to be happening temperature-wise? Let's check it out.
You know, eventually we're going to actually get lyrics to that guitar that you hear on Weather, and we can actually make a whole song.
Can't
and
wait.
we're going to release it for charity.
As long as you rap on it, I think we're good.
We're going to do a little rap, we're going to do some lyrics, it's going to be great, but we're going to have coffee first, okay?
Yes, I agree with you, Carl. One thing I'm really happy about is the fact that Carl and I are matching today. I mean, I've missed you, and now we look so cute together.
Oh, thank you.
As we serve you.
That's right. Sorry,
Carl,
can I just add a bit of...
I would love some
Just
milk.
a little bit, just to add.
Just a touch.
Just a touch, eh?
Thank you very much.
And you
Okay.
go
So we've got so much coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show as we
Lots.
sip our coffee. Please grab yours as well. We're talking about Homeless Day, which is happening on Thursday, all around raising awareness about the plight that many people in South Africa do face. And we have somebody from a wonderful organization that's doing the real work on the ground. It's MES, which is Mold, Empower and Serve. Oof. And I can't wait to get into exactly what that entails.
And I mean, talking about serving, you know that the pharmacies in our communities, they always serve us, and we have to celebrate them on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We'll do that in the next couple of minutes. Get your coffee and stay there.
Cheers.
Oh,
How
yes,
dare
yes.
you? How
Sorry,
dare
sorry.
you?
Just...
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, good morning, beautiful Expresso family. If you're just joining us, then you are indeed just in time. We got so much that we still got to do right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, but we need to get into something that is so important, something that is being recognized on the 10th of October on Thursday, and you may have heard from Carissa exactly what it is about. It is World Homeless Day, and this is a global crisis that unfortunately is a plight in South Africa, something that indeed is a terrible problem that I truly hope that we can continue to try and alleviate more and more of each and every day, each and every year. However, that's what World Homeless Day is about, trying to find out what it is we can do in our own capacity, but also with incredible organizations like the one that is run by Leona Pienaar. She is the lady who is behind Mold, Empower, Serve. And when we talk about an organization that truly encapsulates what we say when we talk about the people who are heroes, even though they don't wear capes, they are still heroes. Everybody, please, let's welcome Leona.
Thank you, Zanele.
How are you, my Leona?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Leona, the job you do is so important. It's so incredible. Like I said, this is a huge problem in South Africa. But let's first speak about your organization, Mold, Empower, Serve. What exactly are you guys about, if someone doesn't know?
Yeah, so we've been operating for the past 38 years, and we operate in Hillbrow, it's our head office. And then we also have projects in Gqeberha and also then in the Western Cape and in the Ekurhuleni region. We really drive the change of essential change to actually solve systemic problems around homelessness and poverty, because it's a systemic problem.
Yeah.
But we also really are passionate about building thriving urban communities where there's access to effective and efficient pathways out of homelessness and poverty. That's really our passion.
And I think that that's so incredible. And, you know, with you saying that it's a systemic problem, I was literally having the conversation with a friend of mine just the other day where we were like, so many problems in South Africa, it's literally because of the system. So it's such a difficult thing to fight, but the fact that you guys have taken that on, this is why I say you're heroes who don't wear capes.
Thanks, Annelie.
Thank you. But now talk to me about this, because for World Homeless Day, your message this year is First Walk in My Shoes. What exactly is it all about?
I think we chose this theme because there's so many misconceptions about who homeless people are, or how do you become homeless. And it was actually interesting, one of our people that commented on our social media campaign that's been running this whole week already said that every South African is actually 2 steps away from becoming homeless.
Sure.
And the reason, if there's 2 things missing in your life, if you lose connection to your support structure,
Yeah.
and you've got no one to turn to, and you lose the ability to earn an income, the chances that you'll become homeless is almost 100%.
Sure.
And we need to guard that support structures in our lives. So it can happen to anyone. And that's why we are telling stories of real people from different kinds of lives. We had a story yesterday from Angus, who went to Stellenbosch University, went to Michael House as a school.
Oh, wow.
And he fell on hard times, and he's busy picking up his life again. So it can really happen to anyone. Yes, there are people that fall into addiction, there's people, but it's complex. It's not one thing. And that's what we always say to people. It's not just about losing a house. There's so many layers in homelessness. There's trauma, there's mental health, there's rejection, there's LGBTQ rejection, there's coming out of prison and nowhere to go. So there's so many different people that end up homeless, and you can't label it as one problem.
And with you even starting on the next thing I was going to ask about, I think that that's what it is in terms of people being misinformed, is that they think what they know is correct, but actually they aren't even hitting the nail on their head even a little bit. So can you speak to us about the misconceptions that people have in terms of homelessness? You know, what are the things that they might be shocked to find out when we talk about what the real facts are?
I think one of the biggest things is we as humans live in fear, right? We don't like change. We don't like the foreign in our society, if we can call it that. So often when we try and start a help center or a service center in a specific community, people are saying, no, you're going to pull the homeless into our community. And I just want to say that when you start a service center in your community, you actually give them access to a way out. You're not pulling people in. And we started the Centre of Hope in Parow a year ago, and we worked with a local security group, Voortrekker Road SID, and they monitored the incidence of crime linked to homelessness prior to the centre opening. A year later, the incidence rate has dropped with 40% in 1 year. Just because people had access to the right services. So there's a misconception that if you start a center, it's going to bring bad into your neighborhood. That's not true.
Yeah.
The second thing that's very important for us is that please don't give cash. Cash is not helping. Cash is keeping them on the street. So we did a cost of homelessness study just during COVID. And they earn roughly around 55 Rand a day in the Cape Town Super Bowl. We did the study there. So if you think about it, if you work on a 14,000 estimate, it's 256 million Rand a year that goes from the public into the hands of the homeless, into the hands of the drug lords. So we really want to appeal. So we started a universal voucher system called My Change.
Yes.
We encourage the public to rather buy the vouchers, give out the vouchers, and help us build the infrastructure that's needed, so that they can get the right help, and that gives them a pathway into the right services.
Amazing.
So that's two of the big things I think that's important to know.
Thank you, Leona. You're not going anywhere because you've already enlightened us so much, and I feel like there's so much more to speak about. Because Expresso family, this is something that deserves to be spoken about. It's World Homeless Day on Thursday, and we are bringing awareness to that, and it is all about the day of recognizing those who are homeless, but also understanding what it is that we can do, just like Leona shared, on our side to help that crisis, a global crisis that is. Right about now, though, I need you to stay tuned right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, because, my friend, yes, we're having these conversations, but there's a whole lot more on the way. What's happening on your side, Cape Town?
Ah, what an important conversation. I can tell you right now that Tata Madiba would be so proud of the work that Leona is doing. And one of my favorite quotes from Nelson Mandela, he said it best. He said, hope is a powerful weapon, and no power on earth can deprive you of that.
Love. I love. Be inspired. And this month celebrates hope, not just for South Africa, but for our lives and all those we touch.
I think so. And as we celebrate Hope-Tober, let's take a moment to recognize and appreciate the incredible work our pharmacists do every single day.
Today, we pay tribute to Null2 Pharmacy in Brits, Pretoria, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Our pharmacies are on the front line of healthcare. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
Well, as pharmacists, we are custodians of medicine, so that means we dispense medication, and then we also give advice to the safe and rational use of medication also. We serve the community because it's our neighbours, it's the people that we live with. We see them in church, we see them at school, so we want them to be healthy, and we take care of their well-being. If our direct community has a big financial burden, we hope that we can deliver a service that is cost-effective to them and that we are approachable to them when they need us to be. And we also have a primary healthcare clinic in our pharmacy also, so we can really give initial thought of what we think the problem is and how we should treat that, and then make a adjustable referral if it needs to be. Being brave, I think, is not only related to pharmacy personnel, but to anyone that is serving the community in the healthcare sector, and that is being able to put back what is happening in your personal life and everything that you go for, and then during your daytime, put others' needs first, help them, assist them the best that you can. And thank you to Brave and the sponsors of Brave that's giving us the opportunity of just getting our profession out there, and hopefully young guns will start doing the same.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Carenza Parisi, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
Now, this Hope-Tober, you stand the chance to win 1,500 Rand cash.
And I know you want to know how to win, so simply reply to the competition post on our Expresso social media pages and tell us what your message of hope for South Africa is. And please don't forget hashtag Hope-Tober and hashtag sponsors of Brave. And don't forget, competition closes at midday today. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Hope-Tober is a month of hope. Brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Inspiring communities, one pharmacy at a time.
Speaking about inspiring hope for the nation, Leona, yes, she is back with Sanele. We're going to continue that conversation all around the wonderful work she is doing at Mold, Empower and Serve. And thank you for serving our nation the way that you do.
And also, we need to focus in. Now, of course, we said, yes, World Homeless Day, but we have some teams representing us in South Africa that are making us super proud. The SA Homeless Football Team are here to chat to you about what their accolades are all about and what they're going to be getting into. So make sure you stay right there at your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show. Oh, yes, my beautiful Expresso family. This is exactly where you deserve to be. I say that because I can promise you this morning we got so much that is still coming your way. However, we always love to start with the important conversations. On the 10th of October, on Thursday, we are recognizing World Homeless Day, which is a global crisis, as I told you earlier on. And this is why we've got Mold, Empower, Serve, the organization that is helping people turn their lives around, particularly those that are on the streets. And this morning, we're speaking to Leona Pinar, the CEO of MES, and she's letting us know about a story that I can tell you will touch your heart. This, what we call, is an absolute turnaround story of note, is something that I do know will inspire others as well. We're talking about Ubaba Ntuli, who was on the streets for 30 years, but then turned his life around and returned home. Leona, I can imagine that these stories, they come all the time for you guys, but I can imagine every single time it's a special time.
Yes, no, it's amazing. So it's actually fascinating because I've been with Mold Empower Serve for the past 30 years. And I can't imagine that my whole career I would have spent on the street.
Sure.
So I always do that comparison. And there's amazing people's lives that turn around, people that just grab the opportunity. We've got a lady in Cape Town currently in our staff.
Yeah.
And her dream is to be a writer. And you must see the amazing stuff she's putting out on social media just about her journey and encouraging others becoming a mentor.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to hear more about Baba Ntuli.
No, we definitely do. That's why I was like, you're going to tell us about him because that's absolutely incredible. So where did it all start and what's happening right now with Mama Ntuli?
So on the day of lockdown, level 5, in the morning, we were asked to open an additional emergency shelter that the homeless community could be moved somewhere during lockdown.
Yeah.
And one of the first trucks that arrived that morning was dropped by the army, and a whole bunch of people climbed off. And there was a 70-year-old gentleman, Baba Ntuli, who climbed off the truck. And we started journeying with him, and we realized all he had on him was a little bag of clothes. He had no identity document. He still had his old apartheid dompas.
Sure.
And we started journeying with him, with our social workers, and we helped him to get his ID, we helped him to get his SASSA grant, because at the time he was already 70 years old. Imagine on the street at 70, during a COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
And we started looking for his family, and we could see he had a passion for agriculture. He started at the shelter, just started his own little veggie gardens, and every day you would find him in the ground. And we started looking for his family. And our head of the program, one morning, she looked everywhere, and we knew he was from KZN.
Yeah.
And we just kept asking and trying to find relatives. And the fascinating thing is she was in an Uber.
Yeah.
And she said to the Uber driver, "Where are you from?" And he said, "This town."
No.
And she said, "Do you know anybody there, maybe?" And he says, "No, my brother is there in the police." And long story short, so through the Uber driver and his brother, they went into the village and they tracked down his family.
I have goosebumps.
And we contacted them, and then apparently his niece was not far from the shelter. She walked past our building every day.
Oh.
And she came in to see, and then the family realized they haven't seen him for 30 years, because he came to work on the mines. And then during retrenchments, he ended up homeless, and he started just doing recycling with trolleys. And as he got older, he just couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
And we managed to get his family to come through. There was a few reconciliation meetings, and he went back home, and we get photos of his bigger farm now. He's still farming, and he's gained weight, and he's just so happy to be home.
Oh, man.
So people always say to me, "Is there a point where it gets too late?" And I say no.
I feel so emotional right now, because I feel like that is such a beautiful story of somebody truly being able to return home in so many different ways. So yes, physically, but also returning home to himself, being able to do things like the agriculture that you speak of and everything like that.
And
That is
getting
so beautiful.
identity at 70.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I mean by returning home. That is amazing, Leona. And can you talk to me just a little bit about, in terms of how you guys pretty much always find yourselves in the situation of now having to integrate this person back into society? How does that go for you?
So we follow a 4-phase model. Outreach and relief is where we take care of the basic needs and the social relief stuff. Then we have a change readiness phase, which is really about the healing phase.
Yeah.
It's about the trauma, the mental health, the physical health. And we journey with them through that phase. And then it moves into what we call work readiness. So work readiness is very crucial, because they need to learn to work in a team again. They need to learn to show up on time, be clean, be sober, all of those basic things we take for granted. So our work readiness is really experiential work training.
Yeah.
And then the integration process starts. And for that to happen, they need to have a track record of soberness. So they've had to nail their rehab. They have to have an income, a stable place to stay, need to know where to spend their leisure time, because often leisure is spent in a bar, and they need to find new ways of doing leisure. So we also work on that.
Amazing.
So that's part of our integration.
Leona, you are incredible. Thank you so much for the amazing work you do. To even think that you've been doing it for 30 years, that's how old I am. So you've been doing it literally for my entire lifetime. So thank you for that. Thank you for continuing to serve. And I hope and pray that all the blessings just continue to come upon you for all the great work that you guys do.
Thanks, Aneli. And we
Thank you.
encourage the public to follow our social media campaign this week, and just continue to first walk in their shoes.
Amazing.
Thank
Her name
you.
is Leona Pienaar. She is from Mold Empower Serve, rather. And this morning, of course, getting to hear about the likes of Baba Ntuli is always so touching to the heart. But also, I do believe that we always need to ask ourselves, what can we do? How can we be part of the movement in terms of trying to end this global crisis that is homelessness? Remember, it is happening on the Thursday, 10th October, that we are going to be getting into more of how we can be a part of making that change. Right about now, though, I want to cross over to Cape Town. My amazing Carl, how beautiful was that story about Baba Ntuli?
I love those stories, and I was actually just chatting to my next guests about the fact that you cannot aspire to be what you cannot see. And today you will see incredible players from our very own South Africa's homeless football team, whose remarkable journey at the 2024 Homeless World Cup in South Korea saw them reach the Tier 2 final. This story is more than just about football. It's a testament to resilience, overcoming adversity, and our sport can inspire people to improve their lives. We are joined by founder of Oasis organization. We got Clifford Martinez here, aka Cliffy. I'm going to say Uncle Cliffy. No, I'm kidding. Don't worry. We also got our coach as well. Bongani is here. And some of the players from the South African homeless football team. We got Figo here, Miguel and Lelita, the stars of the show, who are on the chairs, ready to go. And I think this is fantastic. Now, first and foremost, Tier 2 final, second place. Bongani, what happened? I'm joking. No, I'm kidding. But, Coach, congratulations. I think it's very, very inspiring what you guys did out there in South Korea. And how are you feeling? Are you feeling proud with regard to the Tier 2 final and the fact that you got second place?
Yeah, of course. I'm extremely proud with the boys and the entire team of Oasis and the support that we got from the outside people. I mean, South Africans were cheering behind the team.
And that's great. I think it's representation that we needed, and it's fantastic to see. And we've got some visuals. Obviously, this is a 4 versus 4 scenario, and I think it's great. And we've got some super talent over here. If you're looking at our visuals, I mean, you can just tell that Figo knows what he's doing on the court there, Miguel and Lelita. But before we get there, Uncle Cliffy, I just named you that. No, Clifford. Oasis.
No, Cliffy's fine.
Is Cliffy fine? Is that it's too formal, Clifford? No, it's fine. Cliffy. So when it comes to, I want to focus in on the actual team itself and the development. I think for anybody that doesn't know how this team is created and what it stands for, can we start there? You know, how does one build a representative South African homeless football team?
Carl, thank you very, very much. I think it's, before I continue, I'd like to say that it's important that I need to acknowledge that had it not been for God, this wouldn't have been possible. Amen. So we really, really want to honor him for all of these things. And I think the journey of Oasis is just that. The journey of Oasis is really just how we got from where we were to where we are now.
Yes.
Acknowledging those that went before us, the various organizations that were involved, the city of Cape Town that were involved many, many years ago, when we hosted it in 2006, the Homeless World Cup. And so since then, we as Oasis, together with other friends, stepped in to say that there's no ways that this program with its potential should die. And so since 2008 and 2009 up until now, Oasis is the key organizer for the South African team. And we report not to SAFA, but we report to the Homeless World Cup Foundation in Scotland. And this is why I say, so people needing to understand what is this process about? How do we select players? How do we identify players? And we link, over the last years, we've been linking with various organizations in different provinces.
Okay.
The YMCA in Pietermaritzburg, the YMCA in Cape Town. We've been working with Cape Flats YMCA. So we've been working with a variety of organizations to be able to recruit players to come and identify them. So what we do is, the Homeless World Cup and their homelessness globally, the concept thereof is not just the person directly living on the street. It's the person that he or she, they are so involved with antisocial activity that could lead to ultimate living on the street if there's no intervention taking place. Okay. So the initiative of sport, and in this regard, the football concept that Oasis has, is really to say, how do we bring this into the back streets of our townships? How do we bring this into the communities as we build up? Because we know each year there's a Homeless World Cup. We know it's Oslo this year, next year, and so therefore we are already starting to engage in the build-up to the next year, and hopefully some of these young men will be part of the journey going towards that. So for people to understand, homeless is not the person on the street, because we're taking a person abroad. We need to know that the person has a support mechanism coming back.
Okay.
Even going there, if you are in a shelter, if you are on the street, you need to be, some sort of support structure must be in place for you. And if you are at various NGOs, we deal with the NGO, not with you as a person directly.
It's brilliant. I think that it encapsulated everything that we need to know about the South African homeless team. And I like the fact that there's a certain preventative feel about that, because you want to make sure that on a social level people are looked after. I know you've got the players over here. I'm not going to be able to chat in detail to all of you, but I just want to say to all three of you, congratulations for the second place. Just a quick one as we go across. Figo, I want to start with you. Where are you from, Figo?
Okay. I'm from Lotus River.
From the Lotus River community as well?
Yeah.
And now you're representing South Africa, and you're from Lotus River.
Yeah.
From the situation that you were in to representing South Africa, what does that mean to you?
It was really tough for me. The the opportunity was great opportunity experience for
Yes.
for me to grow and just to bring back to the community and
Yeah.
just give back.
That's it.
And to see nothing is impossible.
Yeah. Fantastic. Miguel, for you, being part of the South African team?
It's a great experience and going overseas and making new friends from other countries.
Yeah.
And food also was good.
You understand? I think we take that for granted, my brother. And I'm glad that you. I was waiting for one person to say, "Don't take it for granted, brother. When the food is free." Hello. I don't care if you're a South African and the food is free. We are there. Lelita, from your side, what area are you from?
Greetings to everyone. I stay in Nyanga.
Okay.
Yeah, in Timrose Road. And this opportunity for me has been a great opportunity. Not having the privilege to go across overseas, but
Yes.
this organization, Oasis, provided the opportunity for me to travel overseas. And I really enjoyed myself getting to know different religions and cultures. It has been a very exciting journey for me.
This is great. I want you guys back on this show because I think there's a lot more to talk about. Honestly, I could chat to you for an hour about this very, very important, spotlight that we're having today on homelessness, but also how South Africa can be represented by talents from any area, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what the resource. We can make sure that people are on this stage to represent us. So to Cliffy, thank you so much for the organization. Coach Bongani as well to bring us there. We've got many, many more trophies to grab, and the next one is going to be a first place. Trust me, I know, because I said it on national TV, and now there's pressure.
There we go.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you so much, gents. I love that chat all around winning because, yes, we're heading straight into a reminder about Lotto for today because 86 million Rand in total estimated Powerball and Powerball Plus jackpots is up for grabs this Tuesday. That's what I'm talking about. So what are you waiting for? Play Powerball for an estimated 37 million Rand. And then there's Powerball Plus for an estimated 49 million Rand today. How can you get your hands on tickets? Well, I'm going to tell you. Get your tickets now in store or on the website, nationallottery.co.za. There's the mobile app, there's cell phone banking, or simply just dial *120 *7529 hash. You'll find all the USSD there. Now, we posted these deets on our Expresso social media pages, so you will not be left behind. Go and check them out. And Panda Pusha play Powerball as well as Powerball Plus for 86 million Rand in total estimated jackpots today. And let me tell you that you could stand a chance to win millions. We'll see you on the other side of this.
To the brave hearts who persevere against all odds, we salute you. Along with Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave, we're inspiring hope across South Africa this Hopetober. Stand to win 1,500 Rand every weekday by answering the Hopetober competition question on Expresso's social media pages throughout the month of October, using #Hopetober and #Sponsors of Brave. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Oh,
Happy Tuesday, Expresso family, and thank you for choosing us as your family indeed. This morning, we had gotten into a lovely little pick of the day. The beautiful Carissa asked you to help her out for hashtag Style by Woolies in terms of which sandals should she pair with her beautiful outfit. And we always trust you in terms of the style, darling, because you got it going on with Woolies. And I am so glad to say I am absolutely blown away by how many comments came through, and I'm so excited for us to get into it. We asked you, should she do the double buckle weave mules or should she do the buckle trip mules? That was the question. Let's jump onto social media. Tsepo TJ says 2 is perfect with that light brown faux leather to give her bright color. Hashtag Expresso Show. Hashtag Styled by Woolies. Brentford, or rather Brentford, says good morning Expresso fam. Option 2 will fit nice with Carissa's dress. Ooh, option 2 coming out strong, honey. Shireen Abraham says good morning Carissa and the team. Happy Tuesday. I choose option 2. Would look lovely with her outfit. Have a super day, team. Lots of love. Haley, bring it home, says good morning all. Option 2, stylish and comfortable. Hashtag Styled by Woolies. Ooh. Expresso family, when you like something, because option 2, taking it by a slide over there. Let's head on over to Cape Town. Carissa, my baby, won't you show us what your beautiful outfit looks like with option 2?
Absolutely, Zanele. Listen, the people knew exactly what they were talking about. Option 2, baby, is where we're at. And I love it too. I feel like it's a bit modern. I love the woven detail with the gold buckle. I mean, even in your dress, I feel like you would rock these.
100%, my babe. And I also want to just ask you, how comfortable are they? Because they look so good on you.
Thank you, thank you. They are so comfortable, Zanele. I'm telling you. It feels like I'm walking on clouds right now, and that's what we want for summer. We definitely want to be able to walk around, focusing on the fact that the sun is out and the toes are out too, looking so fabulous. The great sleek silhouettes, which is what I spoke about earlier, and just matching it beautifully with a comfy and cozy sandal. That's what we are here for. Thank you so much for styling me so beautifully.
Thank you indeed, Mzansi. And this is the thing, we always trust you with it. You do the right things when it's hashtag Styled by Woolies time. And this is why, my friend, the lovely thing is you can also be part of it. It is always available nationwide, in-store, on the app, and also on the website. And it is so easy for you to go out and get it. But remember, if you are looking for comfortable, stylish, and durable, then, my friend, this is exactly where you need to be in terms of those beautiful sandals for summer for hashtag Styled by Woolies.
Right, sandals on. What about some football boots? Let's turn our attention to the English Premier League. We've got 2 individuals who should know each other very, very well by now. I love the rivalry all across. Liverpool, City and Arsenal, they pulled off some interesting stuff with regard to them being at the top of the table. Manchester United, they struggled in a goalless draw against Aston Villa. If you want to call it a struggle, a more positive person would say that it was a draw. It happens in football. Meanwhile, Tottenham's dramatic collapse against Brighton left fans stunned. And then West Ham, they are quietly keeping the pace. Sometimes the success is being under the radar until that last moment when you attack. Maybe that's the case. Super fans, Ricky van Wyk is here, and Chase, the West Ham brand, is here to unpack the weekend's action. Hello, you two.
How?
Hey, you two. So let's start off nice and gently. I just want to start off gently. I don't want to talk about that draw yet. Okay, is that fine with you, Ricky? I'm not going to go in. I promise you, I'm not. I wanted to talk about Liverpool, City and Arsenal and the tussle at the top. And just maybe from your side, Ricky, in terms of those formulas that those teams are implementing, maybe the depth of their squads, what do you think attributes to their success so early in the season?
Well, they are bloody good teams.
Okay.
They are playing good football at the moment. I hate to say that, but Liverpool is looking like they're the forerunners for the league.
Really?
Absolutely.
With only a point?
Okay. City is looking like they can be beaten at any time because they've been on a back foot in quite a few games at the moment. My prediction would be, okay, no, I don't want to predict that Liverpool's going to...
Don't do it.
I don't want to predict. So I want Arsenal to win.
Okay.
the league. That's for sure. I
Yes.
want them to win the league. Just because those other two teams, our rivals.
I got
Don't
you.
like them.
No,
Don't like them at
that's
all.
it. I mean, as an official Manchester United, you know, this. I mean, your blood is Red Devil. Okay, so I got it.
Absolutely.
I know you're not going to. So I understand what the politics are. It's okay. Chase, West Ham. I mean, the Hammers are a team that have such legacy, and they've kind of been sort of around mid at the moment. When I say mid, I don't mean it in the Gen Z way. I mean it in like a mid-table. But in terms of where you guys and how you'll fare this year, talk to me about West Ham's chances. Will it be another year where you are going to just be in the middle of the pack and stay in the Premier League?
I never strive towards complacency.
Yes, no. Yeah, you cannot.
They say, reach for the stars, at least you'll land somewhere on Jupiter. But no, look, it's Ipswich, new boys in the league.
Yeah.
Then it's panic stations. So thankfully we won, and so far it's all right for now.
Do you not think that fixture machine wanted you guys to get that out of your system first? You know, just to get the big matches out of the way so you can focus on getting winning momentum. Maybe that is in your favour as West Ham.
That could be. But I think the fixture machine, the fixture computer,
yes,
they like giving these bigger boys, well, former bigger boys, they like, they like giving the bigger
guys.
clubs. They like giving the bigger clubs an advantage. So I think they're trying to get a cheap one off the Hammers.
Okay, well, I'm glad you won. I think that's important. And I want to touch on the draw to Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa, I mean, the way Chase is talking about Aston Villa, we never used to talk about Aston Villa like this. I'm just saying, let's just say in the last decade, we didn't used to talk to them as a player. But now with Unai Emery there.
That was actually a very weak game. So from United Scousers and those guys who don't matter.
Okay.
So from a United perspective, we just go on, we move on to the next game, and the minute I stop getting excited before a United game, that's the time I'll stop supporting United.
Okay.
But that will never happen.
I love that. No,
That
you have
will
to
never
be a
happen.
strong supporter. And Chase, to you, a last quick question is, where are West Ham going to end up? You don't want to be complacent, so what's the dream?
Back
Give me a
in Europe.
number.
Back in Europe.
Back in Europe.
Back in Europe.
Done. Back in Europe for West Ham. Manchester United?
We're going to go for fourth place.
Fourth place?
Yes.
Fourth from the bottom.
Okay, at the moment, we're closer to the bottom four.
It's fine. It's okay.
But
fourth.
No, I can foresee this.
Okay.
I'll come back. I'll come back. At the end.
Please do. Please
I'll
come back. And I think it's important for us to be positive. That's the table as it stands, as you can see, in 14th place. But remember, that's just a small number at the moment, okay? We're not going to focus on that. 12th place, there's West Ham sitting. And, of course, the others are on the top. And the thing is, we have to remain positive, supporting our teams, as we always do. Thanks a lot to Chase and Ricky for joining us on this couch. We'll be back with them very soon with regard to results, especially when West Ham and United go head-to-head. But that is a game for another day. Let's head on over to our table with Carissa as a special guest.
All I'm saying is that my heart constantly breaks for United fans. Why do you do this to yourselves? But it's all right. We'll leave it at that. Thank you, gents, for that really great conversation all around soccer. For now, though, we have to get into words about our environment, because as we face growing environmental challenges in particular, it's more important than ever to teach the next gen the value of recycling and also taking care of our planet. And for the past 10 years, the Giving Them Wings Foundation has been at the center of changing mindsets and also behaviors in both schools and communities. And here to share more about that foundation and the many programs they run across the country is multi-award-winning environmentalist and the founder and CEO of Giving Them Wings. His name is Sia Ntumpa. Sia, thank you for being here.
Awesome. What a great introduction. Thank you so much.
You deserve it. The work that you're doing, I think, is so incredibly vital. You know, just growing up in a coloured community and then heading into schools that are kind of like former Model C schools, I almost realized the stark difference and focus and prioritization of things like recycling. But let's get into Giving Them Wings, your foundation in particular. Tell me more about it and the work that you do in schools.
Very quickly, we celebrate our 10th year of operation this year. We started very small in the Eastern Cape, Gqeberha, where we noticed, as you were exactly saying, we noticed a lot of differences in society, a lot of challenges in townships. And for me was, how do I get involved with the small skills that I have? And we started the foundation, and we started with one school. Fast forward 10 years, we now operate in Eastern Cape, Western Cape,
wow,
Johannesburg, and soon in KwaMashu as well.
Come on now.
Yeah,
10 years in the game and doing something that is good for the planet and beyond. And I wonder, Sia, in your view in particular, why do you think it is so important to do the work that you're doing?
Carissa, our country has a very huge problem with waste management and separating recyclables at source. What does this mean? At home, at school, in this office where people work, we create waste. And our job is to do these three things, is to clean, is to collect, and is to sort. Those three things make the recycling process easier. You and I don't recycle. So where we recycle is at the warehouse where they have the equipment to actually transform plastic into other things. Our job as ordinary people is to do those three things again, is to clean. So if you're using a tin of fish, for example, make sure that you clean it out before you collect it. If you're using whatever food packaging that you're going to use, it's important to make sure that you clean it first. Those things make the recycling process easier. Why do we recycle? Why do we need to recycle?
Yes, tell us.
We need to take things into a process where they can be used again. And we need to make sure that waste doesn't go to landfill. Our problem is throwing it away and thinking it's going to go away. It doesn't go away. We get it at landfill, which becomes another problem. Schools are awesome at this because kids go home and they talk about what they do at home. They, in turn, become teachers to their parents. Then they set the lifestyle going, which is what we want, and that's what the awareness that we drive in our schools.
Oh, my goodness, and it is so important to teach them young so that they also instill that principle for when they're older, too. I love the work that you are doing. It's so important, Sia, and thank you so much for helping our planet in this regard. But I know that's not the only work that you do. You're also into book writing, an author. Tell me more about this.
Well, aside, I have a writing degree, but that's another thing. But 7 to 11 of October in South Africa is Marine Week. And it's so important that we understand the things that are going. For example, every year, over 1 million marine animals die because of plastic waste, because of things that are in the ocean. Marine animals don't know the difference between food and a piece of plastic. They can't tell. So they go for everything, and then, unfortunately, animals die in the sea. So we developed, 2 years in the making, we've developed a children's book that explains the process of how we get rid of packaging we don't use. I don't like using the word waste. We would rather use value items because these materials have value. Plastic bottles have value. This T-shirt I'm wearing is made from plastic bottles, if you noticed.
Come on now.
So it's important that kids understand the process and the role that they can play in the process of managing value items. So we developed a children's book called The Way We Do Things. We really want young people, especially young people in schools, to change mindsets and to change the way we collect and we do things in our schools. So the book is a children's book, and it is out, and we're very proud of it. It's a 2-year project that we've been working on. It is an educational book, but it's also a fun book for kids.
Which is what you need to do. Let's make it fun. Let's make it approachable. Sia, thank you so much again for the work that you're doing. I can't wait to have you back to continue talking about the different projects. Very, very soon. Of course, so where can people find you online and support you?
So we are on Instagram, GTW_fund. We are on TikTok, Sia the Environmentalist. Our website, gtwfund.co.za.
Beautiful. Find him online and make sure you also contribute to the betterment of our planet, because recycling isn't just about reducing waste, it's about creating a sustainable future for the next generation, okay? And with the incredible work of the Give Them Wings Foundation, schools are being empowered to lead the change. You've heard it today firsthand. Now, this initiative will not only teach valuable life lessons, but will also have such a lasting impact on our communities, you and I. And remember that every small action really does make a difference and impact and count, so do your part.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. 1 hour has wrapped up, and thank you for being here. If you've just joined, you came at a good time because it's about to get into some news. Now let's start out with your national news. And 4 children died in a suspected case of food poisoning in Soweto over the weekend. Now the Gauteng Department of Education confirmed that yesterday. 3 boys and 1 girl aged between 7 and 9 years old allegedly consumed snacks brought from a local spaza shop in Naledi. A 5th child, who is a grade 1 boy, remains in ICU after also eating the snacks. Gauteng Education spokesperson Steve Mabona said the children attended Karabo Primary School and Kauhelo Primary School. Now, police are investigating circumstances surrounding these tragic incidents. Sticking with your local news, Dr. John Hlophe, Mkhonto Sizwe Party parliamentary leader, has resigned from the Judicial Service Commission following an interim interdict that barred him from participating in yesterday's proceedings in Johannesburg. Now, his resignation is effective immediately. Last month, the Western Cape High Court prohibited Hlophe from sitting on the commission after his impeachment for misconduct, making him the first judge impeached since 1994. Now, the charges originated from his attempt to influence 2 constitutional court judges in favor of former President Jacob Zuma during his arms deal corruption case. Now we take a look further afield at your international news, where officials in Kiev claim that Ukrainian hackers executed a cyber attack that disrupted online broadcasts of at least 20 Russian state television and radio channels. Now the attack coincided with Russian President Vladimir Putin's 72nd birthday, prompting Russia's state media to report, and I quote, an unprecedented incident. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov stated that state media companies were making, quote, colossal efforts to recover from the attack. The pro-Ukrainian hacker group Pseudo-RMRF claimed responsibility for the incident. A Russian Foreign Minister spokesperson Maria Zakharova described the incident as part of a hybrid war. Taking a look at news on the continent, Ethiopia's parliament has appointed Tay Atsike Selassie as the new president, replacing the country's first female head of state, Sahle-Work Zewde. Selassie, previously the foreign minister, assumes this largely ceremonial role, while political power remains with Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Sahle-Work reportedly fell out with Abiy in recent years, despite his initial support for her appointment in 2018, which was celebrated as a breakthrough for gender equality. Now, 68-year-old Selassie, an experienced diplomat with a history at the UN and in Egypt, was sworn in yesterday. For your 7 o'clock news, we close off with some good news, and it comes from San Sebastian, Spain, where Johnny Depp, dressed as his Pirates of the Caribbean character, Captain Jack Sparrow, surprised patients at Ossa Cadetza Donostia University Hospital. Depp, in town for the San Sebastian Film Festival, made a heartfelt detour to visit children in the pediatric and oncology wards. Now, his visit brought joy to young patients and their families as he stayed in character, sharing stories and, of course, laughs. And for a brief time, the children's challenges faded into the background. Hospital staff described his appearance as a breath of fresh air, and Depp's surprise visit not only delighted the children, but also touched the families and staff who witnessed this magical moment. We love Captain Jack Sparrow in these parts as well. I'm sure those children will remember that forever. For now, let's have a look at what's happening on your roads as well as in your sky with Sanele.
It's seeming to be quite busy out there on the roads, Mzansi, so please, I'm going to ask you to be careful. Let's start off in Gauteng. There's sadly been an accident with a pedestrian on the N3 northbound at Elands Interchange. The right lane is closed, so please do approach with caution. It's still in Johannesburg. On Amonde, there's been a fatal accident on the M1 North. There are heavy delays in the area. Please plan accordingly, and please remember to buckle up, stay safe, and travel slowly. Over in Cape Town, Ekhayelitsha, there's been an accident with a taxi on the N2 inbound at the R300 Swartklip Interchange. All lanes are open, but do expect delays. Then still keeping it in the mother city, on Goodwood, there is congestion on the N7 South ramp to the N1 inbound. Do expect delays. Again, please do be careful out there. It is seeming to be quite heavy in terms of traffic and also in terms of those accidents. Let's try and lessen them, shall we? All in the name of being safe. Right about now, though, let's take a look at what's happening with your weather. The South African Weather Service has renewed its yellow level 1 warning for damaging winds, which could pose navigation challenges at sea. The affected area stretches from Cape Point to Cape Agulhas, with winds expected to extend to Plettenberg Bay by evening. Additionally, an extreme fire danger warning remains in effect for the David Kruiper district in the Northern Cape, as well as the low-fold regions of Mpumalanga and Limpopo due to high temperatures and dry conditions. Residents and travelers in these areas are urged to exercise caution and remain updated on weather developments. We always love to see the developments on your side, though, my lovely, particularly when it comes to those sunrise views. We ask you to send us your pictures on 063-408-8863. If you haven't sent it as yet, do the right thing. And the person who has, and we need to give them a huge shout out, is Catherine from Eldorado Park. Catherine, you beauty. Would you look at the stunning picture you sent us here on your Feel Good Breakfast show? Thank you so much. This is one of my faves because I love it when you can't tell. Is it a sunrise? Is it a sunset? It's mysterious, but it's beautiful. And thank you so much, Catherine. Send yours through 063-408-8863. Let's get into your temperatures, though, so that you're ready for the day. And those are your temperatures in Uppington specifically. You know how it goes, eh? 36 degrees Celsius. Please make sure you are protecting your skin. In fact, on that note, October is Eczema Awareness Month. And we're here with everything you need to know about managing it effectively, brought to you by Aveeno. And joining us today is a leading dermatologist, that is Dr. Zandile Spengane, ready to share expert tips and insights to make sure that you are comfortable. Now, let's start off with first a greeting. Hello, doctor.
Hello, Carl. How are you?
Very well. Thanks a lot for joining us. Now, doctor, I heard a rumor.
Yes.
A dermatologist who grew up with eczema.
Correct.
That is a story that I think people need to hear about. Are you still dealing with eczema as we speak?
Definitely, yeah. No, eczema for some people is a lifelong condition. I had eczema from the age of 5 and I grew up with it. And as you grow up, you get better with what to use on your skin, and what to avoid. But yeah, no, I've been living with eczema my whole life.
I think it's beautiful and cathartic, the fact that you're a dermatologist that grew up with eczema.
And that's what drew me to dermatology in the first place.
Wow.
Exactly,
Okay,
because I lived with eczema.
So let's start at the baseline. For those who do not know what eczema is, please give us the layman's terms. What is it?
Okay, so eczema is a chronic inflammatory skin condition. So it has a very strong genetic background. So there's a very strong family history. And eczema often presents with very itchy skin, very dry skin, and it's inflamed. And it's usually due to an impaired skin barrier. So our skin is like a brick wall, right? So you've got your bricks, which represent the skin cells, and the cement in between the skin is your lipid layer. So if that is impaired, then allergens gain entry into the skin and increase inflammation.
Okay, interesting. Now, when you talk about that, I'm thinking about foundations, as in what you put into your body.
Exactly.
So are you also saying that that barrier, your skin barrier, can be affected by what you eat?
Skin barrier can be affected by what you eat, hydration, so you need to drink lots of water to hydrate your skin.
All right.
A skin is a representation of your whole body's health.
Yes.
So if you're unhealthy, have lead an unhealthy diet, you will see it in the skin.
Well, I think a lot of people, they do suffer. I know that a lot of parents have kids who have eczema. And what we asked on social media is for parents to just step forward and share a bit more about how their kids feel about having eczema. And they shared. In fact, let's look at a couple of those comments, starting with Koji Reddy saying, eczema changes a child's self-esteem. My children had eczema all their lives. We treated it with ointments, bath soaps, and change in dietary routine. The best treatment is less stress and non-scented products, Koji says. Let's move on to our next comment as well that came through. Nadine Jacobs saying, eczema has made my child more self-conscious, especially at school. She sometimes feels embarrassed when her skin looks red and irritated. We're learning ways to manage it, but it's a daily struggle. Nadine, we feel you. That's why we're having this conversation. You are not alone. And then Patricia Cholo saying, it can be emotionally draining for my child because he often feels different from his peers. We've been focusing on teaching him that it's okay to have eczema and how to stay confident. Well, Patricia, we have a doctor who is a dermatologist on this couch who has eczema.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very, very good beacon of hope with regard to confidence with this. But just looking at all of those comments, naturally, it's tough. It's something that people go through, especially as parents. You want your kid to feel stable. You want them to feel as confident going to school. So just a quick tidbit on advice for those parents with kids with eczema, just to strengthen their negotiation of helping their kids get through it.
So basically, you need to tell your kids that this is a condition that they have, they've been born with. They need to learn how to moisturize the skin. So moisturizing the skin is one of the biggest things.
Yes.
Because the eczema skin literally sucks in moisture. So the more they moisturize the skin, the more hydrated, the less they scratch. And also when it comes to sleeping, because usually these kids are also got sleep deprivation. They don't sleep from the scratching.
Yeah.
So the school needs to be aware, and the teachers need to be aware that if the children are tired at school, that it might be because their eczema is uncontrolled. And as soon as the skin is broken, they need to seek help. They need to see a healthcare professional.
It's amazing that you said that. I'm glad, especially for the schools who sometimes don't have the good understanding for their kids and why they're tired in class. But you've mentioned moisture, very important. Gentle products, I'm hearing, is very important as well.
Correct. Gentle products, products that don't have colorants or fragrance, because colorants and fragrance can often irritate the skin and worsen the eczema. Also, if you use immediately after a patient baths, they need to slap on their moisturizer. We call this a soak and smear. So immediately after you bath, before you even pat your skin dry, you put on that moisturizer immediately, and that locks in the moisture into the skin. So that's another tip. And also moisturizing more than twice a day, as many times as you need. Yes. You know, some skin actually needs you to moisturize 4 times a day. Your skin needs it, slap that moisturizer on.
I'm loving this. It's important. How about oats? What type of role? I'm hearing something more about oats playing a role in eczema-prone skin. What is that?
So oatmeal, colloidal oatmeal, has been shown to decrease irritation. It has antioxidant effects.
Wow.
It also acts as a humectant. And humectant is a product that actually traps water and locks water into the skin. It also balances the pH of the skin. So our pH of the skin, if it's out of balance, the microbiome, which is the good bacteria on the skin, becomes unbalanced, and then you can easily get infections. So colloidal oatmeal tries to balance all of that and balances your microbiome. And it's a very effective moisturizer onto the skin.
Incredible, doctor. I think there's something so beautiful with regard to you being somebody who at the moment has eczema, who is managing it so beautifully. Your skin looks incredible. And I think for anybody, if you are looking for a beacon of hope, here's your doctor right over here, dealing with it as we speak, and there is hope for your child as well. And remember that you are not alone. This is why we have these conversations on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, there's no one-size-fits-all solution for managing eczema, but understanding your unique needs and consulting your healthcare professional can help you find the best solutions for your skin concerns. With the right approach, you can embrace healthier skin with confidence, and this segment was brought to you by Aveeno.
Your skin is thirsty for natural oils and moisture. With soothing triple oat complex, oat flour hydrates. Oat oil boosts ceramide levels and locks in moisture. Oat extract soothes itchy skin. Aveeno Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion.
With 5 times greater plaque reduction than brushing and flossing alone. For a cleaner mouth and healthy gums. Completes the clean with Listerine.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, we are back on your Feel Good Breakfast show, smiling ear to ear and also dressed in pink because, as you know, of course, October, we are raising awareness around breast cancer. And I brought in the best guest to do this along with me. But we know movement is important, and that is where wellness does start. Now, whether you're looking to boost your energy or just release some stress or simply to feel super good, a workout is one of the best ways to take care of your mind and your body. And to guide us through some, what I hope to be easy yet effective moves is fitness instructor Jocelyn Joss is here. Get ready to sweat a little bit and join us for a feel-good workout. I'm seeing dumbbells, so I assume a glow is coming.
They're light dumbbells. It's okay.
Cool. What are we doing today, Joss?
Okay, so today is something just to boost the energy, the confidence, just have some fun throughout the day.
I like
you can
this.
do that just to start your day off. So we're going to grab these dumbbells.
Perfect.
Okay, and we're going to start them at the shoulders. We're going to get that heart rate up. So we're going to press up to the side, and then the next one is across, and next one is down and down. So we're adding a little bit of intensity to start our day, and a little bit of variety. Yeah, so big
Feels like a
movements.
dance.
Yes, so a little bit of dance aerobics. Always good to get that energy up, the mood up. Good, so you're just reaching all the way, just giving a nice little stretch, also to wake up the body. Good.
Why am I already feeling this, Joss?
I'm with you, I feel it already too. Good, let's do one more, all the way up, cross, cross, and down, down. Okay, so that's something that we can do just to start off the day.
I like it.
The next one, just to get a little bit more stability, is your right leg is going to go back. We're going to take a lunge, and then you're actually going to turn into a wide squat and add a bicep curl. Yes, that's perfect. So you drop that right knee down, turn, and then bicep curl the dumbbells to the shoulders.
I like that. What is this working out? It feels like
this
everything.
looks really good. Tall back, so you want to go down in the legs and not in the back. And like you said, this is an important month to educate everyone around health screenings and fitness and wellness.
Yes.
Good.
As we know,
and then
detection is key as
yes, and then you'll change to the other side. So you'll drop that left leg back, tall back, drop that left knee down, turn, tuck the tailbone under, and bicep curl.
Nice.
Back to the front, dropping the leg down. Good breathing. All the way. Almost there. Let's do one more. Down and squat.
Woo-hoo!
That feels
Working
good.
out today.
Okay,
Love
next
this.
one. Palms are facing back. We're going to kick the bum.
Okay.
For 4. And then we're going to jog 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So a little bit of biceps, also arms, full body workout. Are we ready?
We are ready
Let's
to go.
go. Okay, so we squeeze back, kick the bum, back, back, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Big step back, back. Good. Back, and 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
I've never really used dumbbells like this before.
I know.
I love it.
So it's a great way to combine a little bit of strength, cardio.
Yes.
And back to center. Yes, good. And step, step, step.
And it's a full body workout too.
I know, so it's perfect to start your day. You can only do 20 minutes, 30 minutes, that's all you need.
Right.
In between clients or work. There we go.
A bit of endorphin boost, why
yes.
not?
And catch a breather.
Woo.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, next
We've
up.
reached the halfway mark, so
Amazing.
let's see.
Catch a breath. We're going to drop it down, reach up onto the toes and extend. Drop it down and extend
my
for
knees
2.
crack.
And then you stay down, turn your palms, 1 and 2. Good. So you come up onto the toes, reach to the ceiling. Beautiful. Good. And dropping it down. And 1, 2. Perfect. Reach up onto the toes, extend, stay down low, and bicep curl. Perfect. Let's go for one more. Reach up, down, up, down, hold, 1 and 2.
I like it.
Looking good. Nice and easy, okay. Almost there. We're gonna drop to the side, 1, 2. So you're gonna get a nice stretch in that inner thigh and then shift your weight to the other side and press 1, 2.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Bit
so
of
nice
boxing
breath
action.
in. Yes, and then exhale to the side, press 1, 2, and change over to the other side, press 1, 2. Good, shifting weight. Good, 1, 2, up, to the side, 1, 2. Good, pull back, shoulders back. Good, getting a nice little sweat in this morning.
I feel it. I'm glowing today.
Good, looking nice. Keep it up. Into that inner thigh, punch onto the other side. Good, last few. Up.
I keep realizing that I've got no upper body strength.
So this is a great one to do upper body, lower body, as well as core to stabilize you.
Right.
Okie
Okay,
dokie.
guys. One more to send us off.
Let's end on this banger. So, 1 foot to the back.
Yeah.
Dumbbells facing the thighs. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades back, so no rounding the spine. Push the bum back. You're going to do a nice little deadlift, sliding the dumbbells down, and then reach up to the ceiling. And then you push your bum back. You want to feel it at the back of the hamstring, and then push. Good. Squeezing those shoulders, push the bum back, drive the weight into the foot.
Ooh.
Good.
Okay, let's do 2 more.
Beautiful.
And
yes.
Final one.
Last
We've got
one.
this Expresso, fam. Woo. Okay, and just. We got to
Sure.
cheers with our dumbbells
Cheers.
now. Cheers to that. Well, listen, we have worked up a sweat, baby. Let me tell you that much. And that only means that both hydration and nutrients are awaiting you on the other side of this. Joss, I know you're going to jump into the kitchen. I'm so sorry, girl. Right now with Carl
I'm
and have a
excited.
fabulous time creating a delicious recipe. Carl, what do you have today?
That's a simple recipe, but it's not as simple as that workout over there. You didn't sweat one bit, Carissa. That's great. So, after a great workout, a refreshing and nutritious snack is vitally important, and it's just what you need. Today, we are making a fruity frozen yogurt bark, a deliciously cool treat that's packed with fresh fruit and creamy goodness, what you'll need not only for summer, but after a workout. And I think it's important for us to get Jocelyn over just to make sure that we get this right. So there's an exercise element and there's a kitchen element as well. So while Jocelyn's here, see, not even sweating. That's how fit Jocelyn is. Not even a
Not a drop.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Like you're glistening. You're not sweating. How is it possible?
Just glowing.
But we need to make sure that we are celebrating life and health today. Clover is a proud sponsor of the Pink Drive, a non-profit organization dedicated to breast cancer awareness and education. So you can buy any Clover Pink pack and Clover will donate 20 cents to Pink Drive. And with your help, we can enhance outreach and screening efforts, making sure every woman has a fighting chance.
Amazing.
It's so important. Screening
So
is important for you ladies.
Very important.
And also, while we are screening, we also need to maintain health. So fitness is
Yes.
fantastic, looking after ourselves, smaller movements, keeping the heart rate going, and then little snacks like these.
I know.
So-
I'm so excited. We're going to be making some Clover frozen yogurt box.
Yes.
Super simple recipe and a great post-workout treat.
So we're going to do this together.
We're going to do this together.
I'm sure we're going
Are
to
we
start off
ready?
with, yes, so we're going to start off with 2 cups of those, by
We're
the
gonna
way.
start with 2 cups of
exactly.
these?
That's it.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if you know the recipe, Jocelyn, because I studied the recipe because I'm trying to impress you.
You are. You're very
Am I
impressed.
impressing you a little
Yeah.
bit? Thank you.
You're already
Just
ahead
a
of the game.
Small bit, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna keep quiet now, and then you can
No,
give me the rest of the
that's
recipe.
perfect.
Tell me something.
Teamwork.
Chia seeds.
Yes.
I've it's all over social media. Chia seeds. There's something called that that gut cleanse where you
Yes.
do the lemon and the chia seeds. And are you a believer in that sort of thing?
Yes, I
Okay.
definitely believe in the chia seeds.
Yeah.
You can pop it in your smoothie in the morning,
Yeah.
on your oats,
Yes.
on your toast. So it's a really easy little bit of ingredient just to top on when you
I like the
have a
way-
busy
I-
day and
I like
you're
the way
ready
it's-
to go.
It swells up. So there's that feeling of satiety that I think reduces the fact that you would overeat, which I like
Yes.
about them as well, and they're filled with natural antioxidants. I think it's really great to have them as part of your unique recipe. What else are you adding?
Okay,
Chef
so
Jocelyn.
that was our 2 cups of plain yogurt of clover. Then we
Yeah.
have our 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Nice.
Okay.
So now we got a bit of that flavor coming in.
Yes, so this
okay.
adds a little bit of sweetness. And then 2 to 3 teaspoons of some honey. Or you can
Well,
choose maple syrup, it's
we
up to
decided
you.
some. Let's see what do you? That looks like
Looks like
honey.
some honey.
Yeah.
Looks delicious.
It looks really good, doesn't it?
Looks like a good morning little
Yes.
protein treat.
I also love a bit of honey. You know,
Yeah.
honey in the coffee in the morning as well.
Yes.
I think it's a very, very good sweetener. But there it is. We obviously want to make sure that this is a fruity frozen snack. And when it
Yes.
comes to snack, you've just worked out. All the glycogen storage has been depleted because, of course, when working out with you, it's obviously a given. And then we get it replenished just at a touch with this.
Yes.
Okay, what else?
So once we've added that, we're going to give it a little bit of a mix. And you
Great.
got some strong arms. Are you going to mix? Or
I don't
am
know. Up to
mixing?
you. Up to you. What do you want me to do?
You give it a little bit of a mix.
Okay, great. So we're going to mix this through.
Yes.
All right.
So give it a little bit of a mix.
Trust the DJ to mix. Shake it down.
There we go.
Yes. Okay, cool.
That's why you're
That
the
smells-
chosen one for
that-
this. You're perfect.
that's-
Look at that. Looks amazing.
Okay, cool. Done.
Okay, that was so nice
right.
and quick.
Lovely.
Okay.
That was really quick, eh?
So up to you. You can put the chia seeds in and the granola in. Otherwise, we're going to pop the yogurt onto our tray.
Yes.
As well as then we're going to sprinkle a little bit of, so just spread it out.
And we are going to get decorating, aren't we?
Yes.
I better get your strawberries
that's the fun
ready.
Part.
Yes.
You get the strawberries ready for me.
Okay, great. I'll do that for you. Strawberries going to be great. Any
Adding
way
a
you want
little bit
me
of
to chop the
fruit.
strawberries for you?
Anyway, you surprise me.
Surprise you?
Cut however you'd like.
Love to. Love to surprise you. What I'm going to do is this one I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to do very micro slices for this one.
Yes,
Okay.
that's perfect.
I want you to see the whole. I think what I like about it is that the cross section of a strawberry is gorgeous. So I want to make sure you see that.
Yes, I love that
Okay.
idea.
And then you've got some blueberries that we're going to add as well.
Yes.
Once again,
Great.
antioxidants.
Blueberries.
And one of my favorite
Perfect
snacks
to
in the
start
whole
off
world.
the day. Love some
that.
blueberries.
Right.
Good.
So and then we're going to have some fun.
Yes.
Of course.
It's looking good.
Yes. We're going to have some fun with this because I think it's important.
Creamy.
So I want to do some triangles as well.
There we go. Getting creative.
I think it's great to get creative, we have to. And then we're going to
Looking
just
good.
do some more of these triangles and just go for it because I think
I'm
it's
gonna add some of the seeds in.
And if you're looking for this recipe, it's a very easy recipe.
Very
I mean, you could
easy,
probably
yeah.
just remember it while watching.
Yes.
That's cool. And those are going to naturally sort of swell up to create a bit of volume, aren't
Yes, yes, definitely. As well
Great.
as we're gonna add the granola in. So that's also
they? And now we've
good.
got textural elements too. Now we're starting to get the roughage going too, so that's also very good for the gut.
Yes.
I'm loving what we're doing
It's
here.
a nice little protein snack.
We are creating something special.
And it can last quite a few days if you cut them up at the end after it's out the fridge.
Yes.
Some delicious snacks for afterwards.
And while we're doing that, so we're going to put this into hyperdrive, and I'm going to
Do it.
just ruin your beautiful art by adding
Go for it. It's creative
blueberries
teamwork.
all over there.
There we go.
So you know what? This is actually
Pretty
great.
impressive.
If you're looking to build a bit more romance in your relationship, make yogurt bark together. I think that will be very good because
There's
then
no oven needed. There's just it's very simple.
it's
So-
just love. That's what you need.
Just creativity
You
on
just
a plate.
need love. There we go. We got cranberries that I'm just drop on there too. How gorgeous.
Oh, some
Okay.
nuts.
And then
And cranberries. It's beautiful. It's looking amazing.
and I'm just going to just apply these gently.
Gently.
Look at this.
Looks absolutely fantastic. I think that's the best one I've ever seen.
It is. We are very.
very
look at
messy.
us. Look at us. Sorry, we did that.
Look at this. It's a masterpiece. Artwork.
Jocelyn, this is great. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. Let's make more of these. And remember, you can customize it to your own preferences. I think what's important is that what Clover's doing for Pink Drive is absolutely incredible, creating awareness. And while we can do such creativity on the platform awareness, that is stunning. So make sure you stick around. It is your feel-good breakfast show. We still have so many more things to share with you over here today. So I want you to stay there. It is S3.
This
week on the Tastemaster Junior, you're invited to our family feast as our contestants share what their families love to eat.
She probably thinks I'm bossy.
Please make the dumplings.
Can my mama multitask?
Ik doen. I can take instructions if I have to.
Okay, I love you, Mum.
Okay, cinnamon.
That's the Tastemaster Junior this Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. on SABC2. Repeats Wednesday at 1 p.m. and Sunday at 4 p.m.
See you there.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Feel Good Breakfast Show family. Always so good to be with you, my lovely. And this is why I am so glad we're about to get into what we are about to watch. Because this, my friend, lets you know that the Absa Cape Epic is more than just a race. No, my friend, it is a showcase of extraordinary grit, passion, and resilience. And this morning, we get to see the beautiful Carissa go and have a look-see into it. But she also got to sit down with two remarkable women, Rachel Kolisi as well as Tina Fenta, who are people who have such inspiring stories. And as the Feel Good Breakfast Show family, we got a front seat as to what went down. Watch this.
Hello, Expresso family. Yes, I am dressed to the nines tonight because we're delving into the world of cycling. And not just any old cycling. No, it is the launch of the route for the Absa Cape Epic. So let me fill you in case you don't know. The Absa Cape Epic is the premium world mountain bike stage, and it is held right here in Africa. Now, the 21st edition of this event does take place between the 16th to the 23rd of March 2025. But let's start a little bit early with the festivities, shall we? There's only one thing left to say. Let's get this party started.
We've done 161 stages, 33 race villages, 20 untamed editions, and most importantly, collectively, one epic story. For the legacy of this incredible story that is the Absa Cape Epic.
Your story matters. How does that link in with today's epic event?
So we celebrate this evening the 2025 Absa Cape Epic route launch, which is always an epic kind of event because it kind of is the test of time, test stories, that test grit, that test tenacity, that just puts people on bikes for 8 days and just testing everything that's about the human spirit.
Let's get into She Untamed, a wonderful initiative that Absa has really been with for the growth from the beginning to the end for the past 2 decades.
I'm very fond about this community of queens, like I call them. It's a sisterhood. We initiated this initiative in 2019 where we were aimed at getting more black women on bikes, and mountain bikes to be specific. In 2024, which is this year at the Absa Cape Epic, we had 20 for 20, where we had 20 teams of women, which is 40, complete the Absa Cape Epic, you know, and with a 78% success rate. So it's just one of those untold stories about whether you are a mother, a daughter, a single parent, a granny, you know, a businesswoman, or even a professional woman that actually just takes onto a bike and just live your story through telling these things and just inspiring the next generation of cyclists.
I have done 4 epics to date, and it's been quite an incredible journey. It is a tough event, and not a lot of women of color typically take part in this event. It's been amazing how ABSA has managed to incorporate their She Untamed program to get more women into the sport, but we are still lacking the women of color. And that's why I continue to come back to the sport, to continue to show our women that we can do it.
You have been doing such incredible things with the Khaleesi Foundation. Can you tell me a little bit more about it and what the plans are going forward?
Yeah, so the Khaleesi Foundation is going to be 5 years old in April. We have really chosen to take experiences from both mine and Sia's lived experiences growing up in South Africa. So we address 3 pillars of work: education and sport, food security, and gender-based violence. Just the work that is happening that is so phenomenal. We are incredibly privileged for everybody that's partnered with us so far, and very excited about this partnership with the Absa Cape Epic.
I've heard oohs and ahs from the crowd as the route was finally announced and the anticipation has built up to this point. Tell me a little bit more about the 2025 event and what we can expect.
It's been like winelands and stations and venues and villages that we've frequented before, but not at this rate. I do not think they know what they're coming for them, but I definitely think that this is going to be one for the Book of Legends.
This is one of the most challenging routes I've ever seen. Like, especially the time trial will be incredible. Like, it's really a challenge for the riders, for the amateurs and the pros. The stuff you experience is like lifetime memories, and you want to share with like-minded people, and it's just awesome.
Looking at next year's route, the biggest yaw for me was that in the last 3 days, we are literally climbing 8,100 meters. And that is more than 50% of the entire race for next year. So we do have our work cut out for us.
Unfortunately, as you know, all good things do come to an end, and that has not felt more true than this moment right now as we're coming to the close of a spectacular event tonight. But yes, the celebrations will continue as we anticipate the moment leading up to the Absa Cape Epic 2025. And don't worry, Expresso fam, I've got all the details for you leading up to what is going to be an unforgettable race. I'll see you there.
Oh, man, one thing I love about sports in this country is that it unites us in such a beautiful way. And this is where we get to hear more and more stories, not just about sports, but also just about the human experience. And don't forget that the Absa Cape Epic is actually going to be taking place in 2025 from the 16th to the 23rd of March. It's going to be big. It's going to be amazing. I know that got you excited in terms of what Carissa got to see and what she showed us. And I am challenging you, my friend, to go and get involved, okay? Go and do the things that need to be done. And for more information, you can check out epic-series.com. That's epic-series.com. I can't wait for it, but for right now, I know that ABSA is continuing to do amazing things in terms of making sure that we are not just financially literate, but we know more about our own finances, my friend. And this is why I Grew It is something that I'm a huge fan of. Cape Town family, I know that there's a lot going on. What's it all about, really?
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
That's true, Zanele. ABSA is doing such a good job to make sure we're all financially literate, because when it comes to scams, I know I triggered a lot of people there. It is a hot topic that many people have unfortunately been a victim of. And it seems like every week there's a new story about somebody getting tricked. And I remember a couple of episodes ago when we spoke to Ewan, and he said he was scammed online for 100,000 Rand. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It's a lot of money.
But this happens daily.
Yeah.
And it's got to be hectic on the pockets. And this week, we're actually diving into the world of scams, exploring what they look like and how we can spot them before it's too late. So let's see what insights we can uncover from our Director of Humour Resources.
Almost there. And
And we are done. Hi, besties. Welcome to I Grew It with your hostess with the plugs, Tumi Barake. Hey, besties, today I want to share something with you about protecting your passwords, keeping them safe. Now, the less people know about your personal information, passwords, etc., the less they'll have access to your life and your money. So we need to learn and take measures to protect our information. Yo, Mara, sometimes these scammers, they can get your details just like that. Just like it happened with Scammed at First Sight. Ish.
Hey, we've got a plug, Lebogang. What is financial crime? So financial crime is essentially just the financial crimes or activities that happen in the background targeting financial institutions or using financial institutions and targeting customers like you and I. What fraudsters usually do, they go out and manipulate you. We know we want money. We know we want, to get some awards out there or gifts out there. Phishing essentially is the manipulation where fraudsters manipulate or use those skillful tactics just to make sure that they get as much information as possible. And kaboom, your money's gone. There are certain technological factors that you can use, like your 2-time factor as well, making sure that, there's a password that you can click on before processing any particular payment. Double check yourself before you even make those calls.
Find out how to protect your money and rewrite the story of your finances with I Grew It. Absa, your story matters.
That's it. It's eye-opening. You have to be aware out there because it's incredible how scammers manipulate emotions and trust. I feel like that's more like psychological scamming, let's be honest. We often think, it could never happen to me. No, me, I'm safer. But that's exactly what they rely on. They want you to be like that. They want you to be oblivious. They want you to not know that it could happen to you. And then guess what? Ha! It happens to you. Sorry for you.
They got you. It's not a laughing matter, though. When it does come to recognizing scams, staying alert is actually key. And the internet can be a minefield. And many people find themselves, unfortunately, caught off guard. So let's discuss this topic a little bit more. I mean, Carl, do you have personal experience with, unfortunately, being scammed or know anybody?
Attempts.
Yeah.
I got a lot of attempts. You see, the thing is about trust and emotions, what scammers prey on, is where do you find trust and emotions? Well, allegedly, in the DMs. So what happens as a male, what will happen is you'll get a lot of attractive woman profiles getting into your DMs. And if you're a lonely male, you are going to be more susceptible to say like, oh my word, somebody's interested in me. And they'll get into you and they'll be like, what you're doing and what you're up to and that sort of thing. And I think this is the way it gets problematic. Because if you're a lonely person and you're getting attention, automatically you have a trigger that attention is my way. I need to offer the attention, my attention. Slowly but surely, this person becomes a bit more emotional with you and says, oh, I've got a struggle. I just need your help. And next thing you know, you are depositing money or you're sharing details so that this person can be cared for. And while you're a noble person and you'd help anyone, you're actually not helping yourself in that moment. And this is where verification is very, very important, especially online. Trust me, if somebody is going to be someone connected to you, you're going to have to see them, connect with them physically and in a human way. Otherwise, I'm sorry for you. Your details are as good as gone and you will be scammed. So just be careful.
I'm so sorry if that has ever happened to you. But yes, please, verification is absolutely key so that you can say, do I actually? It's a second thought, a second opportunity for you to reject anything that might come out of your account. But listen, speaking about scamming and vulnerability, we've got to take a look at this headline. It took me 25 days to give him 500,000 rand.
Okay, this is, I mean, it's a tough one to read. Just weeks after meeting a born-again man at a mall, actually a nurse was convinced to sign up for a R500,000 rand loan.
Oh my goodness, my heart breaks for you. I'm so sorry to have heard. That's 500,000.
But let's think about it for a second. I want to give you a blueprint of this. Think about that. You're a nurse. You've got a born-again man. They're touching on religious sensitivity.
To open you up.
And a nurse is a naturally caring individual. So essentially what people are going to do is they're going to play on your emotions, on your good faith in humanity. and that's where it becomes dangerous. Don't lose your faith in humanity, but I think verification is very important. And when I say verification, especially in the DMs, make sure you go to that person's profile and check it out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if their profile's on private, that's another red flag
Red
for you,
flag.
honey. Just be careful out there. It's important.
Please do be careful. We really need to do exactly that. And also look out for our loved ones. If you hear of any stories that sound a bit sketchy, just check in a little bit further. And hopefully with doing things like this and raising awareness about scams, it will be crucial information for you to just absorb and take in.
So if you want to catch the full episode with our Minister of Human Resources, I'm going to call her Minister because she's amazing, to me, and I highly recommend that you actually go over to ABSA's YouTube page, get educated, laugh a bit on a serious matter, of course, but more importantly, have the information to protect yourself online.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
Ah, man, I love it when we have our favorite bank helping us out to truly be free from all of these terrible things that might plague us out and about, yeah? For now, though, we need to get into a few other things that are about helping us out a little bit, such as your healthy bones and joints, my friend. How can you get them? Well, we're going to be chatting about that right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And then we're also getting into your first time shaving stories. I know this is going to get very interesting. We're going to take a short break, but do not go anywhere. You're still right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
We're back on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and something that I'm quite passionate about, which is all around educating other women and men out there about taking care of your bodies, okay? Because combined with a mixture of excitement and nerves, your first time shaving experience can really be a daunting thought. From the type of razor to use, to the array of shaving products out there, and also the aftercare that goes into it to make sure that your skin is soothed and taken care of. We want to give you those do's and don'ts because it can get overwhelming, but I've got the right panel right here to discuss you and also give you some advice. The highs and the lows of their shaving experiences is what we're going to get into with Big Soleil, hashtag Choose Soft. We've got a wonderful panel here. DHL cheerleader Iyanthe Africa, also a model, a familiar face on these Expresso streets, Megan Vitter, and we've got our girl mom as well as NPC founder Mo Mutseki. Ladies, thank you for being here. If I can throw it back, I remember my first time, way too young, by the way, to shave. I was probably about 9 or 10 years old. I went to a girls' school, so we were all at a girl's house, you know, getting our pamper on. And I saw one of the more mature girls start shaving. She was a bit further along in maturity, and she was shaving her legs. I thought, okay, let me grab a razor and shave mine too. And that was my first time experiencing shaving. I was very uneducated, but I just kind of followed what they did around me. I mean, do you recall the first time you picked up a razor and took it to your armpits or your legs? Where can we start? Yes.
Yes.
Aggressively
I was
nodding.
quite young. I was playing a lot of sport. I was 13, I'd say,
Yeah.
which I feel was quite young. For some people, it might not be. Played a lot of sports. So with the sport, we had a lot of injuries, strapping. Had to start shaving for that, but I had no clue what I was doing. Any care, aftercare, anything. They also didn't have the products we have now, I'd say.
Yeah.
It was very limited, and physical scrubs could never work on my skin for like dead skin exfoliation.
So you had to figure it out. It was a DIY journey. I mean, Mo, do you recall the first time you picked up a razor?
Yeah, I think I'm one of those people that started off late. I started like around about 16. Yeah, because I'm not very hairy. So I was like, I need to find out what works for me, what works for my body. And I didn't obviously want to go deep into like, you know, using like crazy, you know, strong products.
Yeah.
So I started off small. Yeah.
Yeah. And you, Yante, was it the legs? Was it the armpits?
It was the legs.
Yeah.
So I also started at the age of 13.
Yeah.
And I used to watch my mom shave her legs because we used to like bath together. So I always used to watch my mom after a bath, like shave her legs. And then the one day I just asked her, I'm like, could I also try? I'm like, there was barely any hair on my legs. But my mom actually helped me with my first shaving
I like that because she kind of led the example, was there to guide you along the way as well, because sometimes we need that.
Yeah.
And as girls especially, it's nice to have someone grab your hand and show you the way. I mean, now a couple of years down the line, do you think that you've got it when it comes to your routine? Yeah?
Yes.
I think so,
Yeah. What sort of things do you incorporate in the prep and also maybe even the post to take care of your skin?
So I love a body scrub.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll do a body scrub first, and then if I don't have shaving cream, because that's another thing, sometimes you run out of those, I'll use some conditioner.
Ooh, that's a hack.
Yeah, that's a hack.
Okay. Do you use conditioner too?
I've heard of it. A friend has recommended it because I also prefer the shaving cream, especially if I don't want to shave over one spot more than once, because I'm quite a quick shaver. But glycolic acid exfoliation was something that helped me. Physical scrubs is just, my skin is too sensitive for it, or I would just get rashes from it, or there would be alcohol, always something. I stick to the
glycolic acid is what you're saying.
More chemical exfoliator.
I like that. Because, you know, usually we take care of our face skin, but body care is just as important. I mean, Mo, do you incorporate any of this?
Yes, I use the lotion for my legs especially.
I get that. Moisturization is absolutely key when it comes to this. Girls, I've tried a dry shave before. Let me tell you, never go down that avenue. It's not fun. It is not cute. And I've also cut myself while shaving. So I think the right products are absolutely vital to do this. I'm one of those shave in the shower girls. So once I soaped up, I'm just like, let's go, baby. A 2-in-1, if you will. I wonder if you have any tips and tricks or even hacks, like you said, with the conditioner. So maybe young girls that are starting out their shaving journey. Is there anything you'd like to say to them?
Always post-moisturize, always. Moisturizer, you would think your skin is oily or it's summer and you don't like the feeling, but moisturize always post-shave.
And I think it's so important to actually find what works for you, like find what works for your body, because a lot of the times we as girls will give each other advice, like use this, this works for me. And then you use it and it's not so good for you, you know, compared to the other person who it works for.
Like
so find what works for you and try and keep it simple.
Yes. I
true.
agree. Keep it simple is a great way to end it on. But Ayante, anything that you'd like to contribute?
Yeah, I think just like, especially if we're talking to young girls, just make sure you take it slow. Like, don't add too much pressure because that's where the cuts come. So, take it slow. It's not a marathon. Just,
Exactly. I absolutely love that. And now, ladies, are we looking smooth? Are we looking good? Yes.
100%.
Always feeling confident.
I also must say, for my little tip and trick, I love a coffee scrub. It's something that you can use. It's super natural. Some brown sugar, some coffee, some coconut milk. Add it in the shower. It's also great for the environment. I mean, if that washes down the drain, we don't mind it. But yes, get rid of those skin cells so that you have a smooth shave at the end of it. And are we talking armpits, legs, anything else?
I mean, armpits are a sensitive one for me.
Yeah?
I hate it.
Okay.
I hate shaving my armpits because I feel like the skin under your armpits are just so delicate.
Yes.
Oh, that's true.
Glycolic
100%.
acid, I think why I fell in love with that is because of it helps me with the little bumps under my armpits, especially because I feel that that's where your bacteria builds up, or you
From
sweat
the
during the
sweat
day,
and
when you sleep, and putting deodorant on before you go to bed. I don't know if everyone knew this, but like putting it on apparently before you go to bed is how you should be doing antiperspirant or whatever on your arms instead of just putting it on the morning.
Yes.
I assume it's because you sweat during your sleep. I don't know
Interesting.
how that works. Just saw so many dermatologists talk about that, and it has helped me, I feel, with bacteria. I don't stink necessarily under my arms, but I do sweat.
Sweating, yeah.
And just little bumps, I would say, is what the exfoliation helped me for.
Wow. Okay.
I also felt like you wouldn't think that there would be dirty, like so many skin cells under your arms.
Right.
They
I can
are.
imagine, for sure. And with more hair, that increases the sweating as well. Ladies, I'm telling you right now, people are sitting writing notes in their houses. There's so many things they picked up. Thank you so much, Meggie Yante, as well as Mo, for being here. We're going to bring you back to talk about shaving once again. Don't worry. And I want to know from you too, how has your shaving routine become a smooth and enjoyable, a self-care experience, essentially? Let us know on our socials. And of course, make sure you join us next week again for an insightful panel discussion with many hacks, many tips, and many tricks along the way. But until then, choose soft with the Soleil Escape Jasmine and Eucalyptus 5-blade. It will give you a flawless finish and also a mood-boosting, even spa-like experience.
Next up on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, bone, joint and muscle health. Now we know it's fundamental to our overall well-being and mobility, and as we age, our bodies naturally undergo changes that can impact these areas. And this morning, joining us as we take a deep dive into the world of bone, joint and muscle health with two incredible experts this morning, Laura Johnson, CEO and nutritionist, and Bernardine Janse van Vieren, head of training at Phytoceutics. Because with the right nutrition and care, we can maintain strength and flexibility, which is very important, guys, because I'm sitting here with a bit of a knee thing, and then I do realize I am getting older, but it does help to talk about this so we can understand it. Laura, Bernie, a brief overview, I think, from your side of what you've seen in the field, the importance of bone, joint and muscle health.
Yeah, so it's incredibly important to maintain your independence and be injury-free. Bones need to be strong, your joints need to be flexible, your muscles need to be healthy, and ideally you want to maintain your mobility through life and be disease-free. You want to avoid osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, sarcopenia, which is the wasting away of your muscles. So following a diet and a supplement routine that's going to enable healthy muscles, joints and bones is incredibly important.
Yeah. As we get older, we need all the things to work well together. And we want to be mobile, we want to be flexible, we want the strength, we don't want to be frail and have diseases, so we want to keep all of the systems healthy, really.
We are here to answer some questions this morning. Mike in Cape Town says, I suffer from joint pain regularly. Are there any specific supplements that can help alleviate this?
For Mike, I would definitely recommend an omega-3. Omega-3 is an essential fatty acid. We don't get a lot of it in our diet, and our body can't make it. The ideal way to get your omega-3 is from a fish oil, because the EPA and the DHA have been converted for you by the fish, and they're readily available. And then turmeric, the active in turmeric is called curcumin, so that's also very good for inflammation and pain. It actually works via the COX pathway to reduce inflammation in the body. Also, boswellia is very important. Boswellia also is anti-inflammatory, but works via the LOX pathway, which is a different inflammatory pathway. And the boswellia very good for the pain and the swelling as well. Collagen will also be important for Mike, because collagen helps support the collagen that you have, but also stimulating new collagen growth. Vitamin D and the K2, which also work well together. And also hyaluronic acid, very good.
Hyaluronic acid.
The lubrication in the joints and then reducing the joint pain, improving the mobility that we spoke about.
We have another question from Lindiwe in Durban, and Lindiwe wants to know what exercises are best for maintaining muscle strength as I age.
Strength training is incredibly important, so maintaining the integrity of your muscles and cardiovascular training. Like you mentioned, flexibility is incredibly important, so things like yoga and Pilates, just so that you're stretching as well as tensing those muscles and joints. And then following a balanced diet and ensuring you get enough protein. So protein is the building blocks that help build your muscle. So maintaining that muscle strength and size by eating enough protein and having enough minerals in your diet.
We don't only need to do the weights as in weightlifting, but also body weight can be a source to create that resistance, because we build the muscle by providing resistance for the muscle to grow stronger, enhancing the aerobic endurance of the muscle, the size of the muscle. And obviously when we're stronger, the stronger muscles mean stronger bones.
Yeah.
And cardio resistance also, so swimming, cycling, all those things that are helping the muscle strength, but also then the mobility and the flexibility.
When you engage in any kind of exercise regime, it's important to include a variety of different, don't just stick to one type of thing, because the body's clever, right?
Yep.
It is going to try and find an easier
bored.
workaround.
Yeah.
What supplementation would go hand in hand if you follow that healthy type of lifestyle with regards to exercise?
Yeah, so there are so many that we
Yeah.
could touch on. So I'll just try and summarize. I think for your joints, and this is something Bernie touched on, omega-3s are incredibly important for inflammation. Then you've also got curcumin, and then with the addition of boswellia for your pain, inflammation, and swelling. For your bones, calcium, vitamin D, vitamin K are all incredibly important. So is magnesium, which is a mineral. So those are crucial for your bone health to prevent things like osteoporosis. And then for your muscle health, collagen is great. It contains amino acids that help build your muscle. And, you know, just staying hydrated is also incredibly important just for bone, muscle, and joint health.
I think it's also important to note when it comes to these type of supplementation, it's not like an over-the-counter to stop a runny nose, right? This is something that you need to incorporate that into your lifestyle. It is a long-term type of process.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Especially with bones. I mean, we have them our whole life. You know, it's not something we just want to treat periodically or help periodically, but actually to look our whole life and focus on the bone health throughout our life.
Yeah.
So even teenage girls need to look at their calcium that they're taking before their older age. You know, it's not just something you start taking when you're 40 or you're 50.
Exactly, exactly right. Thank you very much for the information. Maybe a final tip for our viewers out there from our two experts with regards to bone, joint, and muscle health.
Yeah, so I think something that's lesser known is, you know, something like cold therapy can be incredibly beneficial for your joints and your muscles. And then also gut health. I mean, we talk about gut health a lot, but if your gut is compromised, you're not going to be absorbing the right nutrients. So you can't absorb your calcium, your magnesium, vitamin D in order to maintain that bone, muscle, and joint health. So just making sure that you have a good microbiome or healthy gut is super important.
I think a lot of people forget about their diet. The leafy greens, especially nuts and seeds, those are also very good, rich source of calcium. People often think the milk is the only source, but the greens and the plants are also very important for us as well, helping with the alkalinity in the body. And magnesium, like Laura also mentioned, I think is forgotten about.
It really is a holistic approach and a lifestyle approach to this. Ladies, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Always walking out of here filled with huge amounts of information. And so we've learned so much about maintaining our bone, joint, and muscle health this morning. I hope you at home as well. But here's the thing, because we have something for you as well. You stand the chance to win a 1,000 Rand Phytoceutics voucher. All you need to do to enter is take the Phyto Health Quiz on phytoceutics.com/Expresso. Very, very easy to find. Remember, those T's and C's do apply, and you can find them on our website as well, expressoshow.com.
Optimize your gut health with Phytoceutics range of pre, pro, and postbiotics. Use code EXPRESSO for 15% off at phytoceutics.com.
Thanks, Ewan. And still ahead for you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso here on S3. We meet our performer for the morning, Cash of Hearts. We'll be entertaining you shortly. And then, if you want to win big, I suggest you stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Honey, we're back like umqolo, and this is exactly where you need to be. Why? Because, my friend, we have got somebody who I truly believe, if you don't know him just yet, you're about to be blessed, okay? He is a king called Cash of Hearts, and he is somebody who went from humble beginnings to now being in the mainstream music scene, and he is continuing to take on over in terms of topping charts and doing the things that need to be done. But one thing I love about this guy is the way he continues to blend genres in a way that no one else does it. So everyone, let's give him a feel-good welcome and get to know him a little bit more. It's Cash of Hearts. Yeah. How are you, Cash Money?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm amazing,
What an
thank
intro.
you. I mean, that's who you are. Good job. King, let's take it from the beginning. Where did this music thing start for you?
I have to pinpoint it to my dad. He used to play like music for me from a very young age, and I just took it from a passion to a career.
Yeah.
So I have to give it to him for giving me that knowledge.
That's beautiful. And what kind of music did he play you back then?
Soul.
Oh,
Soul, R&B,
nice.
you know. So yeah, that's the type of music he used to play, and I blend that in the music I do as well. I think. Yeah, there's some soul in there.
I was going to say, and that's where the foundation obviously comes from then.
So shout out to my dad.
Shout out Zaddy, okay? But then let's talk about this. You and blending those genres, you know, if you were to describe your sound to somebody, how would you be able to do that?
I think the basics is hip-hop. That's the basic foundation, and then everything else is basically from the beat.
Yeah.
It speaks to me, I speak back. That's
I love
basically what I do.
And why do you decide to blend them?
I don't like being boxed in. I don't like being boxed in. So
That's a good answer.
I just like doing anything my mind says I should do. And I'm also a rebel, so I don't like doing what everyone is doing.
Okay. And you really are a rebel because you said, I don't need no record label, Zal. I got myself and I'll make my own record label.
Hallelujah.
Speak to us about that. Why did you decide to make that decision?
Where do I even start? I think it's just better for me to handle everything myself.
Okay.
Because the labels, they will... That's all I'm going to say.
Cash, get it together. There are children who are signed to labels, okay?
I didn't name drop.
Yeah,
so,
Sana.
in case you want to.
My tongue. Cash is coming with shadiness on a Tuesday morning. Don't you know it's not 9 o'clock yet?
I'm feeding off your energy.
Oh, please. But genuinely, Cash, you being a CEO and everything, I feel like that's huge. You know, what are some of the challenges that you've kind of encountered being the boss of yourself and your own record label?
I think it's easy going. The biggest thing is just the financial thing.
Okay.
Of just having to bear it from my own pocket. But otherwise, it's good to, you know, be independent and do things at your own time, your own rate, whenever I want to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that for you. Let's get into something that you're busy working at your own pace, at your own time, your album, honey. That's on the way. What can we expect from it?
Oh, this one is 9 bangers. Literally just 9 bangers. It's like a compilation.
Yeah.
Normally, it's an album and then the compilation.
Yeah.
So this one is just a compilation. It's called Bad Intentions, dropping on my birthday on the 21st of October.
Nice. So when you said banger,
just...
Yeah.
Banger after banger after banger
I
after
love
banger.
that.
And I'm loving the reception so far, so yeah.
Beautiful. And when people listen to it, what do you want them to take from this specific piece of work?
Something different.
Okay.
We need to bring hip-hop back to the fold. I think we haven't been working hard enough as hip-hop greats, so we need to bring it back to the fold and yeah.
Hey, hip-hop greats is a turtle. They've spoken, and that is what must be. I love that.
Legendary.
Get us into a little bit of what exactly we can expect from you between now and going into the rest of 2025.
I'm basically just promoting this album.
Yeah.
There's a young tour we're kind of working on. Also working on another project with a friend of mine called Zach. Beautiful, talented producer and an artist from the East.
Dope.
So working on that too. And yeah, it's just promoting the album. Bad intentions everywhere. Hashtag.
Beautiful. I love that. Bad intentions, but it comes with good intentions, but it's bad intentions.
Yeah, boy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you hear I'm already in 2025? I've already taken you to the
Let's
future,
go.
Yabo. So let's go to the future. And who are some people that you'd really love to collaborate with? Like, who's on your hit list?
Too much. KO.
Oh, I love him. He's so good, just like you.
Oh,
so I can
thank you
see that
very much.
collaboration happening. Yeah.
KO, Maglera,
Nice.
Nasty.
Okay.
Would have loved to work with AKA. I think that's a huge inspiration.
Nah.
So I would love to work with him. Usi my mining.
Yeah, well, we had him just last week. Do you want his number?
Oh, okay.
Good. Oh, okay. now we really came for something real on
Now we're
Expresso.
working now, man. Now I'm ready now. Oh, yeah.
I love that. Beautiful. Well, you know what, King? We love what you're doing. And this is why you are on this couch, because we had to give you your flowers. We can't wait for your album. But the nice thing I like is that you're giving us a taste here on our Feel Good Breakfast show. Danko. Expresso family, you got to stick around because Cash of Hearts is going to be doing the things that need to be done, all in the name of beautiful music that he is going to be performing for you in your home, in your car, wherever you are. Maybe you're like streaming on SABC Plus or something, which I love. You know what I mean? However, it is all coming up right here on Expresso. Do not go anywhere. We still got a lot to do.
All right, you know that I feel like after that, you need to win some millions.
Please, man.
I think it's important for you to win. Like, how about 86 million?
Just a little something.
Oh, back pocket change. This is total estimated Powerball and Powerball Plus jackpots, and they're up for grabs this Tuesday. Wednesday. What's the day?
It's Tuesday, I think.
That's today.
It's today.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
yeah, Tuesday. Yes, it's a winning Tuesday. So what are you waiting for? Play Powerball for an estimated 37 million. And then you have Powerball Plus for an estimated 49 million rand today. Now, you can buy your tickets in store on the nationallottery.co.za website, on the mobile app, on cell phone banking. So many ways.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could simply just dial *120 *7529# for USSD.
We posted all the details for you on the Expresso social media pages, so go check them out. And don't forget to panda, pusha, play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 86 million rand in total estimated jackpots. That is today. And stand a chance to win millions.
Yeah, my goodness. Can I tell you, every day on the show, we feel like winners because we really have so much good stuff for you on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We're going to get into great conversation with the likes of Sibongile as well as Nomsa Twala. It's going to be absolutely incredible. That's Sibongile Pakati, just so you know. And I can't wait to chat to them just to see what they've been getting up to lately. I mean, there's so much happening in South Africa.
Of course there is. So please stick around for those individuals and new entertainment on SABC 1 coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Welcome back. A very quick break, and we are here for your Feel Good Breakfast show, offering you something absolutely great. It is a Tuesday, which means we're talking about relationships. It is one of my favorite topics because I always just take tips on how to be a better person and show up better within a partnership, whether that's friendships or even a man and a woman. But let's talk about breaking up. The opposite side of that. How do we navigate this? How do we get around it? What do we say? How do we bring it up in conversation when we've reached the end of a season and a journey?
Sure.
It's a tough one.
We have to dive straight in there. Hey, we're going to go straight in there.
0 to 100.
So this is why it's important for us to bring in some very, very important experts.
True.
And it's not often that you get a love pastor and somebody who is an expert in when it comes to mediation in divorce, as well as family therapy, which is important. So we've got a love pastor and we've got Daniela on the couch to make sure that we know how to break up with people Okay, what we're not advocating for it in a way, but we are advocating for an environment that I think is going to be quite important for us to maintain respect between both parties, and that you can actually find the barriers you need to get what you want, which inevitably is happiness.
Yes.
And we've got the two happiest people in the world on the couch.
Welcome.
Look at them.
Thank you for
Thank you so
being
much.
here.
Thank you so
Sure,
much.
it's a tough subject to navigate, I think. You know, once you feel like you've reached the end of a beautiful, maybe not so beautiful season, how do I even raise this topic? Because I know a happier version, as Carl said, of me is on the other side of that. So when it comes to breaking up, where do we begin?
I think that it is so important to realize that there is no point in living a life of unhappiness.
Yeah.
That doesn't serve you, it does not serve your partner. And something that I like to focus on is that if you ever had love for this person and you ever actually wanted success or happiness for them,
Yes.
if you're not in the relationship, you're actually doing them a massive disservice by staying in it, because what you're doing is you're preventing them from finding their happiness. So often we think that I don't want to hurt the other person, and it's going to be a disaster for them and shame. The point is if you stay in that shame, because they deserve to thrive, you deserve to thrive. And I think everybody needs to be in that space where they can actually fulfill their happiness.
Yeah. You know, I want to talk to the fact that it's actually reframing empathy. Because in your head, you're thinking, but what about their family? I'm so close to them. What about the dog? What about the fact that we have a joint bank account?
Right. Yeah.
What happens? Like, there's so many complications that we put ahead of this decision that could actually be key for our happiness. And we show that empathy to everything else but the feelings that we have for ourselves. And Love Pastor, I just want to, I want you to jump in here. That kind of negotiation in the process, how do we start navigating that process? How do we say to ourselves, I am more important than all of these things around that is going to be inconvenient if I break up with this person?
I think the most important thing is to ensure that a breakup maybe has been termed wrongly.
Yes.
It is a situation that no longer feeds who you are, contributes nothing to who you are becoming.
Yes.
And it does not bring out the best in you. So you are not breaking up. You are letting somebody find what will work for them.
Sure.
And we've termed this breakup, and I don't think breakup is the right word.
It does seem negative, doesn't it?
It does seem negative.
Yeah.
So immediately when you do not focus on what went wrong, but you focus on who you want to be and how you want to navigate the space of love, it stops celebrating, because a breakup celebrates what did not work.
Yes.
But when you leave this person by showing them that this is who I am, this is my anatomy, this is where I want to go, and this is neither contributing to what I want and who I want to become. And because of that, you are not a bad person. You are not a bad person. I need to greet you when I see you tomorrow. But who I want to be and where I want to go cannot be served while I'm here.
Wow.
I like that.
How about communication? I mean, it's the big C that we always bring up when it comes to relationships. They say it's the key to keep it lasting and going. But when it comes to going your separate ways, how important is communication in that?
I mean, as we always say, communication is key.
Yeah.
What I want to add is another C, which is closure. And this is a massive concept that we need to discuss, because what I find, especially in the divorce realm, and we're dealing with kids here where families break up and we've got children who are left on the sidelines, is that when we can break up in a positive way, where we can communicate what went wrong, why it doesn't work for the family system anymore, what we're really doing is we're giving our partner closure, the opportunity to understand where we're coming from. And I find so often the toxicity of a breakup comes from those unanswered questions. And that is where the ego has no choice but to overreact, because we don't know why. So communication, even in a breakup, especially in a breakup, is probably even more important, because that is going to pave the way forward. And if you can communicate the breakup in an empathetic space, in an emotionally intelligent way, where everybody understands why and where to, we can enjoy a relationship of some sort going forward. And this is so important, especially if you have to co-parent going forward.
Do you know that there are, of course, different versions of a breakup that I think it's important for us to discuss, and also the side effects thereof. So, I mean, you get a digital breakup, I'm going to call it that, where someone drops you a WhatsApp and says, cheers.
It's over.
All right, so you get another version where somebody sends a certain emissary to go over and say, don't think it's going to work out, David. You should go and do your own thing. There are versions where it's face-to-face, where there's mediation. We have so many versions of breakups. So let's discuss a very popular one within this day and age, which is somebody sending through a text because they're worried about the confrontation, love pastor. They don't want to see the person's face. They don't want to see their reaction. They're worried about whatever happens to them in that moment, and they drop a text saying, can we talk? I don't think it's working.
That's very cowardly.
Well, you know, it happens so often. And let's talk about the side effects of that.
The side effects of that is realizing that I can never be in charge of you. I can never be in charge of your mental space. I can never be in charge of how you see things. I can never be in charge of how you respect me.
Yes.
Because dumping you via a WhatsApp message has got a lot of disrespect. But then again, one needs to look back, what kind of a relationship were we having?
That's also true.
Oh.
What kind? Because it is the kind of relationship that will determine how we break up.
Sure.
You know, but if we've had a relationship where we are talking, the end of the relationship can never be a reflection of something else. It will be the reflection. How it ends is a reflection of how it began, how it continued, and how it ends is just a continuation.
Wow.
So when we question the WhatsApp breakup, we should in fact be saying, what preceded that? You know, so what is very important is to realize, even if that happens, I am not in charge of who you are. I can only influence, you know, and I am only in charge of me. And I need to realize when I've been dumped in that way, I need to find for myself. Because if you closed communication, I'm still left on my own.
Right.
To navigate life on my own. So I need to find out what it is. You know, that I can change about me. How can I better myself? How can I make sure that in my next relationship, I am not treated this way? Because you teach people how to treat you.
Yeah, that personal responsibility is great. Here's a spanner. What if I'm a great communicator on WhatsApp or on text? I mean, it's still communication. Is it still cowardly for me to use that approach?
It's very cowardly.
You still think so? Okay.
It's very cowardly.
Okay.
There are things in a relationship that will only make sense when I look you in the eye.
Okay.
Because in the text, there is no emotion. In the text, there is no tone. But when I look at you and I express my heart, there is something beyond words. Where we can hear the words, but we can resonate with the feeling behind the words. And what you are denied from the text is the genuineness that comes with the emotion and the connection. Because it's a way of deep respect and taking you in high regard. To take the time out and to say to you, Larissa, this is not working.
Okay. I got another curveball for you, since you're on the WhatsApp topic. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do curveballs on this. What happens if this person's justification for the WhatsApp connection and to break up in that way is that whenever you end up in the space with them, you end up fighting? And now they're saying that the only way I can do this peacefully is if I drop you this WhatsApp message or the voice note. And I say, I'm sorry, this is not working. I can't handle the fact that every time there's always something that triggers either one of us and we start fighting. I don't want that to happen. I actually want us to be on good terms, and that's why I'm using a WhatsApp. I'm sorry for the curveball, love pastor, but you can handle it.
Right.
Look, what is important is to ensure that we grow with everything that is thrown at us. You know, it's very important to realize that as much as you would want to communicate that way, we can reach a compromise where I say, I promise not to go there. I just want to listen to you. I'm not guaranteeing that the other person is going to allow it.
Okay.
You know, but then again, it is important that you find your own healing. People don't owe you your healing. People don't owe you your recovery. If you've been thrown that curveball, you need to find a way to reconcile with yourself and pick yourself up by the strap of your boots and make sure you carry on.
I want to throw a curveball back at that one, if you don't mind.
More curves.
Another curve.
Okay, hold on. Can you hold the curve? You know why?
Absolutely.
Because I like a bit of anticipation on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And I'm changing your name to WhatsApp Pastor. So, there are many. In fact, Daniela's got a bit of a curveball with regard to the WhatsApp conversation. We're going to continue that. If you have anything to add, 063 408 8863. Coincidentally, we're asking you for a WhatsApp. If you have any questions to our panel, and we'll be right back with more when it comes to relationships after these.
But don't break up with us, okay?
Now, please stay there. We love you.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, indeed, Expresso family. And man, we've been having such a good morning. I love everything that we've been getting into and you just interacting with us on the social media streets and everything. But you know, it's always all about the screen, right? And we love when we are able to get into that gripping series, one that allows our hearts to beat a little bit faster, makes us think, will they, won't they? And one such is The Executives, season 2 of it that is coming your way on SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. And my friend, this morning we actually get to find out what does season 2 have in store for us in terms of the family rivalry, the dynamics of love, betrayal, and so much more. Here, my friend, before we get to chat to one of the superstars from the show, is a little bit of a sneak peek of what you can expect from season 2 of The Executives on SABC 1.
So, your bail has been posted. By who?
You framed your best friend for murder. You planted a dead body in his office.
Please, Your Worship, it is of cardinal importance that you see this before we begin proceedings.
I go to war with lions and not sheep. Settling with wise men is not an option.
I got out about a week ago. Good behavior.
You have heart, but I'm beginning to question your common sense.
And like I said, I'm sure we can come to an understanding.
Watch The Executive Season 2, Sunday at 7:30 on SABC 1. Mzansi for sure.
Oh,
Oh, the drama, honey. I know I'm ready for it. Are you? Well, somebody who is here to get us ready for it indeed is a superstar. She's multi-talented. She's also so beautiful and honestly just the best energy ever, but also the most amazing actress. Ladies and gentlemen, it is none other than the queen who plays Aya Madonsela. It's Nomsa Twala. Nomsizzle for shizzle.
Hey, my love.
How are you, babe?
I'm awesome, and how are you?
Amazing, thank you. I'm so excited for season 2.
I'm so excited for you.
Oh.
It's so much fun. You'll
Really?
see it. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Look, I want to start off with your character, right?
Yes.
What can we expect from her in this beautiful season that you guys are giving us? You
Mm-hmm.
know, is it something that, you know, makes the character a little bit more compelling? Where does she go exactly?
So the character's name is Aya, and she's a very free-spirited character. She's a go-getter in a sense, but she has a problem, a struggle, an external struggle, where she has to help her dad pay the debt that he has. And now the problem is she doesn't know how to do it. So she befriends a guy named PJ, who's played by Zweli Haji, and he and her kind of make plans to fundraise the money to pay the debt. But the only problem is the debt. The people that she has to pay the debt are not so great, right? And so she has to struggle. She has an internal struggle where she has to figure out if she must bring this person that she potentially cares about into a world of treachery and lies and games, or she has to let him go to protect him so that she can deal with it on her own. So it's you know, they end up being, you know, liking each other. I don't want to talk too much. Yeah. But most definitely, there's just that selflessness versus the selfishness of where she needs to decide what she needs to do to protect somebody that she loves.
Okay,
For
so
sure, yeah.
it seems like Aya's not a Skibenga. Is Aya's family a Skibenga?
Yes, Shem, the poor girl. I don't know how she even got there, honestly. Oh, my God.
But you know what? Any family that has the surname Kumalo, they are always Skibengas.
Hey, no comment. Me, I don't know.
But then talk to us about this, babe, because I feel like, you know, there's a lot of just like themes of ambition and rivalry. Do you guys take it to the top in season 2? Are we seeing like a whole lot more drama? What can we be excited about?
100%. There's a lot of things that all the different characters experience and go through. But I would say that I think the question is for all the characters is how far would they go to get what they want? And how many people they affect and how many friends they create, how many rivals they create to get that specific goal. So I think that's what a lot of the characters go through. And the milestones of how they need to achieve the certain goal and things like that. So yeah, it's a lot.
I wonder if Aya's going to be achieving her crush.
Hey!
We will find out everyone when we watch season 2. But babe, I want to now come to you in terms of being Nomsa, no longer Aya.
Yeah.
What were some of the things that stood out for you in filming, you know, the second season of the executives, rather?
There were quite a lot of things that stood out for me, but I think I would say the main one was having worked with the director Mosese. And when we sat down before shooting each scene, he would break down the scene for us and, you know, we discussed it and stuff. But what I loved the most about him is that he allowed for the actors to also give some inputs to the characters to, you know, create more of a fuller character from the actor's perspective. So that's what I really loved. And then also just being on set, meeting the crew and the creators that are on set. Honestly, it was just an incredible experience.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to see like the magic you guys came together to put, like, you know, on our screens and everything. Because I feel like when the energy is right on set, that's when we're able to see it on the screen.
100%. And it really was. It was a lot of fun on set, for sure.
That's beautiful. Now talk to me about the drama. In terms of the drama, you know, intensifying, is there anything that we'll possibly be like surprised by?
Girl, let me tell you. So when I was reading the script on its own, I was like, wait, what? The twists, the turns, the things that were going on, I was like, this is insane. So I don't want to spoil too much, but for sure, I promise you guys will all be surprised, for sure.
I'm scared, but I'm excited. That's where I'm sitting right now.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
My Nomsa, we're so proud of you, babe. You're so young, but doing so great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for entertaining the nation, okay?
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Her name is Nomsa Twala, an absolute superstar, darling, taking over South Africa and the world. And I can tell you this much, you need to see the performance that she puts on in the second season of The Executives. It is happening every single Sunday at 7:30 on SABC 1 of Mzansi for sure. You can't miss it, my friend. You need to be there to see the love, the betrayal, the drama, all of the spice, everything. everything nice, and all the things in between. I know it is going to be worth the watch indeed. You're still right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So good to be with you. And right about now, my friend, I need to check in on Cape Teasy. Cape Teasy for Sheezy, are you good, my loves?
Oh,
Cape Teasy?
For Sheezy.
Yo, Jay-Z. Oh my God, hello. So coming up, we do have the executives of love who will continue to chat to you about breaking up. If you have any questions, 063-408-8863. We'll continue answering them. Plus, there's a burning question on WhatsApp breakups that our expert Daniela is still going to ask, which you're looking
Holding
forward
on to
to.
that
Hey?
thought. She's
Hold the
holding
thought.
on. She's holding on. We'll come back with that. And then also, Cash of Hearts is still here. And he's got a lovely performance of Arabian Nights headed for us. So if you are unfortunately experiencing or going through anticipating a breakup, we've got you covered when it comes to entertainment. Just don't go anywhere.
This week on Tropical Island of Treasure, it's Elimination Week. Let's play.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Come at me!
That's gotta be it. I don't even want to look at that thing.
We don't know how to do that. It's tension. You can cut it with a knife.
Let's go, let's walk in quickly. Don't judge it until you've felt the pressure. I need to focus. Oh my gosh. It's serious. It's Elimination Day.
Catch Tropical Island of Treasure Saturday evenings at 6:30 on S3. Repeat Mondays at 9 p.m. on SABC1.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
I'm so glad you are still with us. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and it is Relationship Tuesday, part 2, in fact, of breakups. And we are back with a professional and a beautiful panel. Daniela May is here, and Reverend Vuyani Boué, or Pastor Love. And we're going to be taking a look at what you had to say as well when weighing into this very touchy topic about breaking up. We kind of reframed that. Letting go, going separate ways, choosing you, perhaps, is how you want to say
A happiness divergence.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Carl threw a
That's-
curveball at us a
I
little bit
did.
earlier.
Okay, quick scan of what we chatted about earlier. Breaking up via WhatsApp, do's, don'ts, etc. I threw in a message to our WhatsApp pastor. I've renamed him. And I just said that what if there are triggers whenever you connect with somebody and you start fighting, they want to avoid a fight and break up digitally in that space. That's a thing that I threw to the WhatsApp pastor. But Daniela was about to drop a different curveball in the other direction. You've been waiting 16 minutes to hear it, and here it is.
And I feel so bad that it's not as exciting as
It's got to be. I think it is. We've been waiting long enough.
So what I want to say is
Yes.
that, again, coming from the divorce toxicity and conflict, sometimes I even mandate that communication may only occur via text and WhatsApp.
Right.
Now, I want to say, and I'm not taking anything away from the value of speaking to a person face to face, and 100% the genuine nature and your feeling and everything comes through face to face. If you know that it's going to be toxic and it's going to be worse, I think give them one chance, you know, one opportunity to sit face to face.
Right.
And then going forward, say, you know what, I value you. For me, you always show how much you valued another person. And this is a huge ask for people because you're in a space now where you don't want to like the other person. But if you can just for that moment put your ego aside and say, you know what, it's not working for me now. These are the reasons why, but I want to thank you for the value you added to my life at the time where it did work. And because I value you as a person so much, I think it is best for us to communicate only via text going forward. Then that's completely fine. There are so many times where we avoid massively conflictual outbursts because we can remain calm. And another thing is that if you know that you communicate better over WhatsApp, perhaps use it as a tool. So still have the face-to-face, but write it on WhatsApp so that you feel comfortable with what you're about to present. And if it takes 3 days instead of immediate gratification, then so be it. So if you feel comfortable on WhatsApp, do it for yourself, practice it, and then give your partner at least one opportunity to present it to their face and then decide the best way forward.
Ooh, one shot, one opportunity. I like that. That's a
Okay.
great middle ground to sort of find yourself.
Interesting. They send the agenda via WhatsApp
I like
first and
that.
then meet them. If
A
they mess
meeting
that up,
request.
they're like, here's your aid memoir. Let's continue over here. But let's chat to, of course, social media has been ablaze, obviously, when it comes to anything breakup / happiness divergence. We are needing to hear from you. And here are a couple of comments that we want to go through. In fact, here's the first one from Mo. I prefer sending a text. Ghosting someone feels like I just took a break unannounced and we did not really break up. And breaking up in person might never, ever happen with me. If he starts crying, I'll cry too and kiss and make up. So there is a powerful empathy in that version over there. And then there's another one that's come
That's so hectic. This one is from Norma. It says, I prefer in person, but my ex decided to ghost me and told me to never call him again. I was left with unanswered questions because I don't even remember being in a fight with him. Things were perfectly fine the last time we were together, and I guess such is life. Remind me to never date.
Mundisi.
Remind me never date a Mundisi going forward. That's very personal.
Did you just name Norma? Okay. Right. Mundisi is bad news then. We understand. But okay, just to touch on something very quickly. Can I, if you don't mind, experts, WhatsApp / love pastor. I want to ask this very quickly. There is a level when it comes to this breakup / move toward a different direction of happiness that we want to talk about, where there is still a, let's just say, a sexual connection, but the relationship is not working. And that's also a cautionary thing that you have to look at. Because here's somebody that you're very attracted to physically, but the relationship is not working out. And now you need to break up with this person. But then at the same time, the breakup causes some sort of tension and chemistry, and you're worried about that. And I'm just thinking, how does one navigate that scenario?
Yeah.
Chemistry and intimacy have never been the foundation for a relationship. When you put another dimension of you being half-hearted in this, your other foot is here and your other foot is on the other side, that is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
It's the most confusing thing you can ever, it's the most confusing message you can ever give to somebody.
Yeah.
To say, I'll give you me, but I'm on my way out.
Sure.
So you better sort yourself out, because you must remember, you are only in charge of you. You can only influence the other person. So the worst gift you can ever give is to give me the very being of you. Because when you're having intimacy with somebody, you're giving them you.
Yes.
There is no better version of you can give to them. And then you turn around and you say, you're on your way out. It's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So it's a level of sickness, that needs a lot of healing. So hurt people hurt other people. That person is hurt and holding on to something that continues while you're on your way out.
Thank you. I love that.
It makes one cringe.
Yeah.
I know, but I love the difference. Chemistry and intimacy. Please get that right. That's so powerful.
Well, listen, we also have a voice note that just had to weigh in because, listen to this. I'll let them do the talking.
Good morning, everyone. I've got a question. My partner and I, we've been dating for the past 19 years. And then we don't have a communication at all. Normally it's me who's starting the conversations, but then with him, he doesn't at all. So I don't know what to do anymore. even if we've got issues like problems, so we don't solve them because he's not talking to me. I'm the one who has to start all these things. I don't know what to do. Please assist. Please help me.
That's tough. I'd send out a missing poster just to be that person. Where are you? Why are you not here? Why are you not responding to me?
Daniela, let's start off. I mean, you can hear that there's a lot of hurt there. And
Definitely.
of course, we don't know all the finer details, but it just seems like there's quite a very apparent disregard for the actual
absolutely.
communication from one of those sides. So as a start-off point, I mean, without knowing too much detail, how can you weigh in?
I mean, the truth is that there has been a breakdown somewhere. Nobody's disputing that. So we would hope that somebody who has been in our lives for so long would have the respect for us to at least say, this is what's going on.
Yes.
But it's clear that she's trying everything to get the communication, and he's just not coming to the party. So at this stage, I think you really need to take the rose-colored glasses off and say, this is what's happening to my life now. Again, we are in control of ourselves only, and the thing that we can control the most is how we are going to react or respond to something. So I think that it would be time, in my opinion, to sit this person down and say, if you have ever had any respect for me, just tell me what is going on. If you do not want to communicate, if you don't want to do this relationship anymore, that's okay. But you need to at least tell me what to expect. And this is a time, obviously, where we would hope that somebody like a relationship or marriage counselor or some sort of intervention can take place, because I can guarantee that if something if there's no intervention somewhere, it's just going to get worse and worse. And it's so difficult for her, and I can hear it in her voice, because you become so used to some sort of treatment behavior, assuming that this is not the norm. So
But can't you also only help somebody that wants to be helped? And in this case, and maybe I'm making assumptions, it doesn't sound like he's willing to come to the party.
But you see, yes, you can only help somebody that wants to be helped.
Yes.
The same way with drug rehabilitation, it only works if you want to be in the program.
Yeah.
You know, you can't force somebody to do something. But what you can do is you can say, and maybe not relationship therapy, maybe she needs personal therapy, because it is time now to say, I am however many years old, the rest of my life is going to go the way I want it to, and be, put on your big girl panties, and say, you know what, no, this is not my life, and this is not how I am prepared to be treated for the rest of my life. So either you shape up or you ship out. And that is where the courage comes in. And that is now a whole different type of breakup. I'm hoping it's not going to get there, obviously, but you need to be able to show up for yourself, because nobody else, especially for her, he is not showing up for her. Show up for yourself, respect yourself if he's not going to respect you.
Yep.
I need you to add the love pastor. We need to surround this woman with support. What would you say?
The damage did not happen at 19 years. This gentleman has not been required to communicate from day one, and it has become the norm. Now that you want to complain after 19 years, there is no way you can teach an old dog new tricks. At times we think talking to each other is communication, and yet we are not dealing with the bread and butter issues, you know. And there is chatting. How are you? I'm fine. How's work? And that's it. But there's communication where I code, you decode.
Yes.
We make sense of what is happening and we take decisions. There is no way a sane woman would allow a man to stay in his life for 19 years without any offer of where we are going. I'm sorry I may sound brutal, but we think talking to each other is communication. We can talk to each other and we will never reach any consensus. We will never reach any decision whatsoever. So walk away. It is done. The more you stay in this, the more you are denying yourself somebody who deserves you, who will give you the respect that you deserve. At times, save yourself from somebody who's not willing to grow up. You can't help this guy. And the more you are chasing him with your heart in your hand, he has his heart in his hand, he's running to the opposite direction. Save yourself. In a relationship, You're responsible for yourself. The other person is responsible for themselves. You should require them to treat you the way you want to be treated.
And note that we also say all of this in love, complete love. Anonymous, I feel like many of us have been there trying to chase somebody that also is running away from us. And I would say choose yourself. To everybody's point. I mean, we've got to echo that. Choose you at the end of the day.
Yeah. You know, we actually got a WhatsApp and I'm hearing from our backroom staff that are saying, hey, you know what, this is a healing conversation. And that's what it always should be. If you're going to have negotiations and communication, it should always be with healing first. And that's exactly what we're trying to do on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We know it's a sensitive topic, but as our love pastor said a little earlier, this is not a break-up. It's not about being broken over here. We're trying to develop a new path to happiness, and that's what we should be seeing it as. And hopefully we've given you some tools with our experts, Daniela Mayer, as well as our amazing love pastor as well, which is fantastic. So make sure that you do... Whenever there's a topic that comes up, remember that we are here for you. We're always here on the couch. We want to bring the experts over to make sure that you are well equipped for happiness in your life.
And we're your family. So therefore, we're going to tell you the truth and we're going to do it in love over and over again. And we're here whenever you need us, okay? But we'll be back after this break and take a moment, grab some water, grab some coffee. We'll see you after this.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. We missed you, and we want to welcome you back with millions, possibly. We've actually got 86 million rand in total estimated Powerball and Powerball Plus jackpots, and they are up for grabs today. That's this Tuesday.
Yummy, yummy money. What are you waiting for is the only question, because you got to play Powerball for an estimated 37 million rand, and then there's Powerball Plus for an estimated 49 million rand today. Now, you can buy your tickets many ways. Stores are open right now. You could go in there and ask for your ticket, or head over to the website nationallottery.co.za. There's the mobile app, there's cell phone banking, or kick it old school by simply dialing *120 *7529 hash for all USSD.
And follow us. We'll make you famous.
Yes.
Well, Expresso social media pages have all those details on there, so that in the event you win and become famous, at least you know where you got them from. Panda Pusha Play. Do it today. Powerball and Powerball Plus for 86 million rand in total estimated jackpots today, and stand a chance to win millions. It could be yours.
Oh, honey, here's to you winning some cash. Speaking of cash, the cash that we've got today, he's the one who has our hearts. Yes, I'm talking about the king, the one who indeed is going to be closing the show. Everybody, please make some noise for Cash of Hearts with Arabian Nights.
In the tribal chief, the head of the table. We're not interested in that. No. We don't get motivated by that. We don't get inspired by that.
I don't do purple, but pass me the Sprite. Roll me the, we taking a flight. Vodka
Vodka and Henny, I'm feeling alright. If I may be honest, I'm raising the price. If she the baddest, I'm willing to slide. Maybe a ladder in Arabian Nights. We need a ladder for matching my heights. I feel like I'm roaming, the title is mine. Feel like I'm roaming, the title is mine. Ahead of the table, I'm sipping the wine. Smoking the enjoying the vibes. My senior was down, but the pressure was wild, yeah. Mama, I promise we gon' be alright. I may not be perfect, but made by design. If you universal, I'm ready to sign. Holding me back, they don't want me to shine. You either one blessed, you faking a smile. I took them to church and so good as a vibe, yeah. Thinkers of thoughts, I be ready to slide. Just call me your bestie, don't take me your slime. You better be stepping, I'm coming to I don't do purple, but pass me the Sprite. Roll me the we taking a flight. Vodka and Henny, I'm feeling alright. If I may be honest, I'm raising the price. If she the baddest, I'm willing to slide. Maybe a ladder in Arabian Nights. We need a ladder for matching my heights. I feel like I'm roaming, the title is mine. I'm having my way, always got something to say. Hands on the Bible, I pray. Hardest MC in SA. I need me a house in LA. I told you to stay, I know I'm the wave. Told you I'm not here to play, nobody is safe. Yeah, I need me the styles on the plate from preaching like Mace. Eat on, I'm hating the space. I need me a Billy, more racks in the place. I need me a Cuban intact on the face. I need me a Cuban who's stacked on his plate. Yeah. Show me some ID, I'm catching no case. If you bending over, I'm pulling the lace. Pulling no block, I just call the ace. I don't do purple, but pass me the Sprite. Roll me the taking a flight. Vodka and Henny, I'm feeling alright. If I may be honest, I'm raising the price. If she the baddest, I'm willing to slide. Maybe a ladder in Arabian Nights. We need a ladder for matching my heights. I feel like I'm roaming, the title is mine. I don't do purple, but pass me the Sprite. Roll me the taking a flight. Vodka and Henny, I'm feeling alright. If I may be honest, I'm raising the price. If she the baddest, I'm willing to slide. Maybe a ladder in Arabian Nights. We need a ladder for matching my heights. I feel like I'm roaming, the title is mine.
Everybody, his name is Cash of Hearts. What a king. Oh, my goodness, my friend. You see, this is how we end things off on a beautiful note right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And Kate Teasy, I got to check. Are you guys feeling the vibes? Are you ready for the rest of the day, huh?
Oh,
yeah. Cashing in on them hearts, baby. Thank you so much, Zanele, and have yourself a beautiful day. Thanks for joining us. Mwah.
Another feel-good production.
Experience the new face of Clover Olive Prime.